stop. That's what Sebastian says. Stop.
Really?
Yeah, when I grab it.
When you grab what?
When I start filming or doing something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Stop.
We gotta change that ground. You're gonna do that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all part of it.
No problem. It's always
there.
It's always there. We gotta change it.
Yeah. Look at that factory ground. Ugh. So sad. It's easy to replace though. So actually, you just tie in another one, right? You just add to it.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah. All easy. Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hey man, what's going on? How you doing? How's everybody doing? This is a Toyota Tacoma. For anyone curious as far as what Fernando's looking at here. There's a hole in the firewall, right? You don't have to drill anything?
Right there.
Yeah, so it's factory hole. There's nothing in it. What do you just drill out a little bigger? Or is it, or what do you have to do for a grommet?
Just a little bit, but it has a grommet right here. Comes out.
So you got to put the grommet back in?
No.
Oh no, you put a snap grommet in?
Yeah.
Okay, so that grommet.
When you do a A gauge, yes, you remove this nipple right here.
Right.
And A gauge goes through it. 4 gauge, remove it. Put the other one in.
A little bit bigger, or is it the right size?
Just a little bit bigger.
And then step bit, because you don't want to go through the master cylinder.
Yeah, I mean you can if you want.
I mean,
Why not?
if you want to replace them, then just use the snap-in grommet and some 3M strip caulk.
Yeah.
And you got yourself. You're all set.
That's it.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
All right, and that's the tip of the day. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Bye, guys.
Right? I know. Wouldn't that be great? To answer the questions that we normally say, so we have a Toyota Tacoma that just came in earlier, or for today. It got the Focal inside Toyota IS TOY 690s, which is the perfect fit, or Focal inside is what they're called. Focal inside 6x9 Toyota. You get the cool metal tweeter. And then you have the Focal inside IC TOY 165, which is the speaker for the rear. Can't wait to take my Jeep to you guys. No, we can't wait to work on it, man. It's always fun working on Jeeps. Do you run your ground from negative side on the battery? Hold on. Do you run your ground from negative side on battery to the back? What do you mean by that? I feel like I'm missing something on that.
Negative battery to the back of the amplifier?
No, not on this one, no.
On the 4, yes.
On an F-150 we do, because it's an aluminum car, but this is metal. So really the ground plane we're just worried about is this little guy right here, because it's just a little tiny 8 gauge. Obviously we ran a 4 gauge, so we just want to make sure that our grounds line up.
How much is it?
As they go. But on an F-150 or some of the new Tahoes or any aluminum chassis car, then we're running a power and ground back. We do that on the Corvettes because they're fiberglass and it's just easier. It works a lot better. But if that's the answer to that question, then yes. How do you retain a factory camera on a Jeep Grand Cherokee? You don't. So if it's a Jeep Grand Cherokee,
what year?
Depends on the year. So Metro is going to be the solution for this, but the solution is going to vary because some cases they make a retention for it, and in some cases they do not make a retention, they make a replacement. If it's a newer one that has the high definition camera, then it's going to be a replacement. If it's an older one of those used, was that Volkswagen? That might have been Volkswagen. So if it's I think that's Volkswagen that used it was, because the little SUV didn't work. But anyways, if it's a new one that has the high-res camera in it, you're going to have to get their camera replacement, where you pull out the factory and put a new one in. So, kind of sucks. Yep. Yeah, because I'm assuming you already have the radio, so that's that. All right, let's keep going here. I did an 2021 F-150 this weekend. Love the way the tweeters just snap into the factory brackets. Yeah, yep, that is pretty cool. With cheap Boss radio, is there a difference between pre-out and high level? Going into an Infinity DSP amp, planning on just doing high level. Alright, so here's the one thing you want to, alright, do you have an oscilloscope or some way to test the output? Because really the main difference between that is the volume and where it's going to tap out. Yes, it is basically, the RCAs are basically a high level to low level adapter. No kidding that. It's what it is. But what happens, the amp circuit will typically clip out way faster than the high level to low level. So, for example, on a Pioneer, I haven't tested a Boss radio, but I can just give you an example that we've run into in the past. On a Pioneer, when you're adjusting the volume up at 28, maximum amount of power you can get out of the factory amplifier, it's clipping the output. So that means you have 0 to 28 of clean signal. Anything past that is going to be distorted and start clipping. You're just going to have distortion. Whereas if you go to the RCA section, you can go all the way up to 38. So you have 0 to 38. And it only goes up to 40. So you get the same crappy signal all the way up, but it's not clipping the output at using the RCA. So that's where that varies. It really just comes down to where you want to be on the volume control of the radio. That's why we argue that point when everyone's like, just use that. It's like, okay, fine, you can. It'll do it. However, this is the problem with doing it that way is 28 or 38. Where do you want to play? You're going to get the same sound all the way across the board. It's just a matter of if you can only play up to 28, you have a very small window to do everything. As far as like gain matching and I'm going to have a fun weekend, maybe be a little tipsy when I'm driving. And not that anyone ever does that, but they're playing it up at 35. And so now you're sending 6 clicks on the volume knob of distortion into that amplifier, which is turned going out to the speakers. So that's why we always say check it. And if you can't check it, just use the RCAs. All right. Replacing the radio in a 2015 Dodge Durango. Can I still retain the backup camera? 2015, maybe. 2015 is one of those years. I believe the answer to that is yes. However, when you look at the smart harness for the car, it should tell you in the paperwork. So for that, I would obviously just go to an iData harness because I like their harnesses for pretty much anything. If they make an iData harness, I always just go to that because you get way more cooler stuff with it. And if they should show you in the instructions when you go online, camera retention or no camera retention. But in 2015, I think you're okay. Did a 99 Saturn this weekend. Full system, factory speakers, connection, had no sound, had to run all new wires. Why does that happen? Thanks. 99 Saturn probably had an amplifier in it. First thing you do, anytime you're getting ready to go into a car, is test the speaker output where you're getting it from. So for example, in this Toyota, we're getting the speaker output from behind the radio. So this cool little T-harness is a new ditty that PAC makes. So this is the LPH TY02 V2. I don't know what that means, but I need this black harness here, not this, and I need this here. I can plug this in right now into the car, and it's going to give me power, ground, accessory, supposedly remote turn on. I'm going to test all this, but it also tells me cut here to connect to aftermarket amplifier, cut here and insulate. All right, cool. But what I would do is I'm going to plug this in, and from there I'm going to, not into the radio, but into the factory side. So I'll use this side. I'll plug it in, and I'll use my tone generator to see if I get tone out to the speakers. That's the first test you do when hooking up high level, is or anything for that matter, aftermarket radio, is test your speakers and make sure there's sound coming from whatever you're planning on feeding those speakers with out to the rest of the car. If you don't get sound, which you didn't, then you need to go on the hunt, as it were, and figure out where the interruption is at. By interruption, I usually mean there's either some form of an amplifier, or in the case of a Dodge, there could be some form of noise canceling box. Same for a Honda. Well, no, Honda doesn't have it. Honda feeds it back into the radio. Anyways, that would be a Mini Cooper and a BMW. They go through a noise canceling module, so you have to bypass that, kind of like the Dodge. So that's kind of like pro tip number one is wherever you're gonna, if you've never worked on the car before, don't assume that the wires behind the radio actually go to the speakers. Figure that out. I like to find all this stuff out right in the beginning. So when we get into a car that we've never worked on before, or we haven't worked on in a while, we do all the testing before we get started. We want to know what we're going to get into, because nothing sucks worse than 5 o'clock and you're like, I'm done, bro. Yeah, I got another. Yeah, and then nothing. And you're like, oh, crap. And then you have to hurry through it. And if you've done like a really clean job, sometimes you screw it up at that point because you're in a rush to finish now. So like you start cutting up zip ties and pulling tape, and it's like, because you got to get, the car's got to go, the car's got to ship. So now you've ruined your beautiful install because you've hurried in the last hour. So test everything before you start. Big advocate of that. Big advocate. How'd that the 5-channel sounded spectacular. It was awesome. Hi, American Sound from Brazil in the house. What's going on? How to bypass a smart alternator in a 2019 Civic. Why do you want to bypass it? You mean how to make it not be a smart alternator anymore? I don't think you can. But yeah, Hondas, gotta love them. Hey D Nando, working on a 98 Dakota with every wire cut. Gonna be a long afternoon. Dude, my heart goes out to you. That sucks. Ugh. Hello guys, hi.
And the dash is broke.
And the dash is broke, yeah, right? What's up, Steve Honda Tech?
What's up?
Hello. I want to add a sub to a 2019 CRV EX. Where do I tap in my LOC? Well, first thing you need to do is find out if the CRV has a factory subwoofer. Because that's, it's an EX. It may have a factory sub. If it has a factory sub, then the amplifier is coming out of the factory radio, more than likely. Or there's an external little sub box. If that's the case, either way, you'd be tapping into the subwire. Now, if it doesn't have the factory subwoofer, no big deal. Tap into either the driver's or passenger front speaker. That's where you want to go to.
Ooh, Aussie iron.
Oh my gosh. Marty's in the house. So, no Makita battery and a prayer. No Makita battery and a prayer, man. That's exactly happened. Thanks for your knowledge. Oh no, you're perfectly cool. How's the screen on the new HD Vox overhead? Honestly, we did see that at Go Fast, and I didn't really even pay attention to it.
We don't do.
I'm sorry, I haven't.
We don't do it anymore.
Yeah, I haven't done an overhead in so long.
Yeah.
Just because no one comes in and asks for them anymore. It's kind of weird. Like every kid has their own phone or their own iPad.
Yeah.
What's up? So back to this truck for a minute. Like I said, Pack now has a T-harness, which is cool. So this is the new Toyota. This is nice because this is the speaker plug here. So I mean, yeah, what it is. At least it's a T-harness. I'll figure it out from there as far as how I want it to do. If you go in, it looks just like the previous one. The only thing different is on the back of the radio. I have my in and out speed wire run up. So this is next is to feed that in. It's all zip tied in place. Added in the bass knob already. So this is going to an audio control D5 1300. So this is the ACR 3, I think. Has the two lights and the infinite spin with the pushy. And then underneath the seat is the amplifier, all set and ready to go. Subwire is run to the back. However, the back we just test fit the box. This is he wanted the L7Ts, so Paul got him. I believe this is Ground Pounder. I think who makes this. Yeah, this is the Ground Shaker. So Ground Shaker makes this box. I don't know, Ground Pounder, Ground Shaker, whatever. Shake the baby, pound the baby. We have our finished end wire in the back, all set and ready to go with ferrules. So this, we just had to test fit this to make sure it's going to go in there. This was there again. I like to know before we do things. So Fernando, knowing that, the first thing he did when he got here this morning was pull out the back of the seat, pull out the hardware, pull out all the factory stuff, and then we test fit the box to make sure it's going to fit. Because obviously we don't make boxes, thank God. There's plenty. This is a really nice box, 3/4 all the way through, heavy. These we've used their boxes in the past. They're pretty nice. We wanted to make sure it fit though. And the cool thing about this is like this particular box. Anytime you do one of these Toyotas, there's always some cutting you have to do for the factory brackets that are all along in here. Those have to come off so you can get it in. But I like how they added in the insert here for the power window motor. A lot of places don't do that, so that's kind of nice. So this tucks up in there pretty far. You could probably get it even further if you wanted to cut off, which I'm not going to do, but you can. The child safety, if you have a baby in the back, it is a Tacoma. If you cut those off, this would go back probably another 1/2 inch, but we have plenty of room. We've already test fitted it with the subs. The cool thing about the Toyota is, you can just look at this, and this is where the back of the seat is. So, we got a good 4 fingers of room there for the sub, so we don't have anything to worry about. The one thing, as I always say in the Tacoma, you have to do is you do have to remove this back plastic. That has to go bye-bye because you need the air to come through. So always remove this, and on this we're going to remove both sides. So that's the plastic comes out. That'll come out. This guy's going to have a ton of plastic going back to him when he's done. So lots of bits and pieces. The speakers are already in, so that's cool. Fernando's obviously working on the battery right now. I'm working on the harness. We're actually making great time on this, and we did a lot today as far as talking. Could you go to Morel's Instagram page, will you, if you don't mind?
Oh, gosh.
I want to see if they buy black back plastic. Hey, everyone. That's why people have attics and closets, right? Is that how that goes?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Hey, what's happening?
What are we looking for?
Is that the real Jeff Smith? No, Jeff Smith ain't here. I just wanted to see if they posted anything about the giveaway that they're gonna do. Not yet.
No.
Ooh. So, anyways, I got right before I did this a little bit back. Natasha from Morel reached out to me. Apparently, they're gonna be doing a giveaway soon. I don't know what. I think it's shirts and hats. You guys love shirts and hats. I think they're gonna be doing a giveaway. It's you're gonna have to go subscribe to us. So cool there. I don't know, but make sure to keep an eye. If you're not subscribed to Morel here on Instagram, what is their Instagram handle? Why don't you just show me real quick and I'll flip the image around. I know. You can go back. All right. I don't know why that keeps popping up. You got a thing for
dancing?
Yeah, that's what it is. That was dancing. No, go down. You're fine. So Morel_America. Follow them on Instagram. Look at that.
So let me show you.
So make sure to give them a go. Oh yeah, I saw that the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Somebody with way too much time on their hands. But anyways, follow them. They're going to have a giveaway soon. She does a lot of giveaways, not going to lie. She does a lot of giveaways. It works pretty well for them. So pretty awesome there.
Well, somebody asked about, they already have a 3-way. Oh, Jeff Smith say hi from the warehouse.
Oh, hi. They already have a 3-way.
They already have a 3-way, but they want more.
Than a 3-way?
I guess more power?
I don't know.
It's like...
I didn't see the question.
Well...
I'm here. He's there. Alright, hang on. Oh, hey, I just got my official polo too. There you go.
What?
The official Morel polo. Alright, so if you have a three-way already, and you want, obviously, this is this is like a four-way. So this is an 8, a 6, a 4, and a tweeter. That would be pretty awesome. So the idea is you're going to go with one or the other here. You either go with the 6 or go with the 8. And this pretty much applies... The 9. Sorry. Everyone calls it an 8. It's a 9. We know. We had Casey discussed that with me. And then, of course, they make the bigger tweeter versus the smaller tweeter. Regardless of what manufacturer you're going with, if you're like, I want more. All right, you got a three-way. There's always more. Like, there's always something bigger. There's always something badder. There's always bigger amplifiers you can do. There's always something else you can do to make it louder. It's just, one, how much more do you want to spend? Which is always the case. It's always the case. To get to where you want to be. So, like Jeff Smith, who's on here, he likes to talk about, he would do 2 mid-bass in the door. And when I think back to that time frame too, I used to do 2 Morel 6-inch mid-bass, a Morel 6-inch mid-range, and then 2 tweeters, because they're big soft dome tweeters, and I wanted it really loud. And amplifiers full active to power those. So there's always something to go. Now, to do that, had to make custom door panels to put all those speakers in. And then you need lots of power. And then you need lots of power for the power. So then the next question is, all right, well, I have those. Am I active? Am I passive? Do I have enough power to power those? So there's a lot of snowballs that you can get into. But keep in mind, it's to get louder, noticeably louder, you have to keep doubling things. Meaning you have to double your power. You have to double your speaker count. There's a lot of little steps you have to go to get...
Double the money.
Quadruple the money. Yeah, so there's a lot of little steps you have to do to get louder. Now, if you have, let's say... did he say he had a Lates or hybrids?
No. He said, I don't know. Is there? I lost it because I got out of that.
Yeah, my bad.
He said, I had 3 ways and...
Yeah. So the other thing, too, to consider is what series do you have? So, let's say you have an entry-level set of 3 ways. You go up to a higher-end set of 3 ways with more power. So, it's always single men. Dude, that's rough. That's good. You mean the 9 and get it right. I know, my bad. Sorry, I don't have a set of 9-inch in my doors, man. It's okay. Could you tell the Rockford Fosgate guys to stop making the input and output plugs identical? Asking for a friend. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, the inputs technically have the RCAs on them until you whack them off because they used to cause problems. I don't know if they do anymore because I haven't left one on since I had problems with them many years ago and solder my own RCAs on. So, when is the Ground Zero giveaway? Probably going to be June, did we decide?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be June. Right before we go on vacation. So, right before... Yeah, it'll be like the end of June sometime.
By the end of June.
We had to move it. It was supposed to be last month. Then obviously things got out of control, so we moved it up to the end of June. So that'll give us plenty of time. So it'll probably be like right after we get back from Knowledge Fest, which is like the middle of the month. We'll start that, and then it'll just be a quickie because everyone will know it's going to happen, and then we'll just roll into it. So that's the plan, anyways.
Yeah.
You know what they say about plans.
Never go.
Until the first bullet's fired, and then it all goes to crap. So we'll see what happens.
Alright, so I got this one.
Yeah, go for it.
So can I tune 2LC 1200.6 on the DM A10?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. DM810 has 8 channels of audio. I'm sorry, has 10 channels. 8 channels in, 10 channels out. The LC12, it'd be the 61200, that's 12 channels. If you're going to be bridging some of the, you have 10 channels to use. That's it, 10 channels. Can you? Yes, there's a way where you could, but it depends what your config is. So you have 10 channels to do whatever you want with. If you're going to be bridging something or making, let's say you're going to put subs in there, or I don't know what you're going to use the 12 channels for. So out of those 12 channels, the DM810 can handle 10 channels. So that's it. That's all you have. It's a 10 channel DSP. But let's say you're going to bridge to put more power to mid bass, or something's going to power a subwoofer or something like that. Those are, if you're bunching up some of the channels, then yes, of course, you'll be fine. But you have 10. You have 10 and you have 12. What's up, Mr. Williamberg?
What's up?
Appreciate everything you guys do. I used to hate working at my dad's car stereo shop, but now I love it after learning the right way. Oh, thought you guys in mobile solutions. Perfect, thank you. What will be the parameters for the GZ giveaway when? Dude, slow it down, Christian. You're not eligible. You're not eligible. You live in Florida. You're not eligible. Sorry. You work for a pest control company. You're not eligible.
Ah, that's why.
I mean, you drive an Audi. You're not eligible. Oh man, sorry. All those things.
Your name is Christian.
Your name is Christian. You're not eligible. Honestly, we haven't even gotten that far yet.
No,
we don't know. It's going to be something easy. It's always something easy. You guys know that we don't make this stuff hard. We want to give this stuff away. So
yeah, make sure you have 1,000.
Maybe it'll be I don't know. What's your take on the Rockford Fosgate T1500 BP amp? Power hungry? God, I haven't looked at that amp in so long. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest. The amplifier is 12, 15 years old by this point. It's a Power Series amplifier. We just haven't used those amps in so long because that's not really what we do much of. If we sell the mini Ts, which I absolutely love. Mm-hmm. The T1000, the little guy that's like super small, which I'm sure is that's way efficient. But don't get me wrong, I love those. One of my dream amps to own is the 2500. I would just love to own the 2500. Yeah. And I'd like the T1004 to match. That would be cool. Yeah. I would hang those up on a wall so fast. Yeah, and have the 19. Those are like bucket list products that I want to own for sure. I don't know if I'll ever put them in anything, but I just think they're cool. Yeah, they're so awesome. But yeah. I have Focal Flax 3-way and an LC 6100 on an A10. Can I upgrade the speakers, or do I have to upgrade the amp as well? So I'm guessing no, that amplifier is total. Okay, so if you're going to go from the Flax to the K2s, you're fine. Because the K2s are 2-ohm speakers. So you're actually going to get more power out of the 6100 than you are now with the Flax. So yeah, you're good power. You're good power there.
Somebody say, how do you screw into acrylic?
It's actually pretty straightforward. You buy these here. You buy these things, which will allow you to drill in thread. And if you don't want to use these, because sometimes, if you're going into thinner acrylic, that doesn't always work. Then what you have, are these things, which are way cooler. A buddy of mine, Dave Kaz, actually introduced me to these. And so what these are little, think of them as nutserts, but for plastic. So I guess they use a lot of these for 3D printing and stuff like that. But as you can see, it has these little teeth on them, and inside is threaded. And believe it or not, what you do is you take your soldering gun, which is off, okay? Take your soldering gun. They make special tips for the soldering gun, but the reality is you just need to do this, and you heat that up on there, and then you push it into the acrylic, and you're pretty much done. You use it on ABS, you can use it on Sentra, whatever you want. And now you have a nutsert in the acrylic, so if it's something you're going to be taking in and out, and of course they have different thicknesses, different sizes, and I will get close enough so that you can, so these go all the way down to M2s, all the way up to 5, 6, and yeah. So you got quite a few. But this is really cool because they're easy to do with this. What they make is somewhere. Where did I put them? Oh, they make these. See, this is the little, somebody printed this little 3D holder, which totally fell apart. But they make these things here that go onto the end of the soldering gun. So you pull the actual solder tip off, put this on it, that'll sit on it, you get it hot, and you just poke it through. And they make different versions of these for different soldering guns. And I bought what according to them, was supposed to be the right tips for these. Because if you've never taken apart a soldering gun before, this comes off. And underneath it is this piece here. This is what actually gets hot. So those tips were supposed to work on this, but apparently they don't. So I do need to buy some different tips. So what I end up doing is just setting them on top of here, or just leave this alone, clean it off, and use that. Because they don't need to get like super hot. Acrylic doesn't need to be like boiling. But those. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. You know, make sure you grab it with your hands and whatnot. So those are the two methods we use when going into acrylic. And the nutsert thingies are so awesome. All right.
You have several solutions to everything.
You kind of have to, because, like, the other solution that we use, like, the first thing we started using when using, like, plastics. Personally, I don't really like using those that much for like a Sentra, but you can. But what I like to use for Sentra are these things here, which you guys have seen before because these work. This is an M5 version, so you drill like a little 1/4-inch hole, and then this will screw right into it. And as you can see, like the thread is kind of down far on that, so depending on what it's going in, we may only screw it in halfway and then sand off the top. It just varies. We also carry these things too, you know, old school, you know. But we don't use these that much for anything. We have them just in case, like, there's something that this would work great on. You know, we try to stock a little bit of. Oh, the newest thing. Oh yeah. Oh, it just reminds me. So the other day we were putting in the Stinger / Phoenix Gold Jeep box, and they give you threaded nutserts. So, you know, if you don't have the nutsert tool, you're like, how do I do this? So they walk you through the whole crazy ass process to put these nutserts in a car without having a nutserts tool. And at the end of the day, it doesn't work all that well. I mean, we have the tool, so we just use that. But what happens is nutserts are really only meant to go into single pieces of metal, meaning not double thick, because what will happen is the crush zone for that, when it shrinks down, 2 pieces is too much. And so what I mean by that is, like, say you look at this nutsert here, which I'll flip it back around, and you see the lined area right there. That lined area is your crunch zone. So this is an M6. This shrinks down. And if the metal is too thick, like if you're using 2 pieces of, you know, carved metal, it might not shrink down enough to hold in place. So then the box falls off the door. And where they tell you to drill the hole is kind of sketchy as far as, like, so, you know, you end up doing them a couple times, and I was getting pissed. And I was like, there has to be a better way. There has to be a better way, because this is dumb. And I hate doing, just because somebody says to do it a certain way, you know, don't follow dumb.
This is the way.
You know, this is the way. No, it's not. Take your damn helmet off. So I did some research. Google's an amazing thing. And I found these things. Now, it's funny because you'll see these and you're like, oh, I use these for drywall. These aren't for drywall. These are actually for steel or metal. And so for all you guys that don't have the nutsert tool, they make these. And if you've ever done drywall, then you know you've seen these before. But these aren't for drywall, because the drywall ones are like this long, because, you know, drywall is like that thick. But these are made for steel. And so you drill the hole, you put this in, you tighten it down. This thing will you know, it's like this now. It goes like this. And you have your little nutsert end on the front. And that's it. You put the screw back in, and you're all set. So we ordered these, which are like M5. Or these might be M6, and then these are M5. to play with these because their solution was dumb, and I can't handle dumb. Like dumb is dumb. What was that? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I'll get to that. Just bought an audio control DSP and have a Pioneer PRS 80. Do I connect and run the RCA's front and rear sub to DSP? It depends. If you want to do front and rear controls from the radio and also use the factory subwoofer volume, yes, by all means, you can totally do that. If you're planning on using a subwoofer control from the DSP or the amplifier, no, you don't have to do that. Then, and there again, it only depends what you're trying to use from that radio. At the end of the day, you really only need to run one RCA because you can feed channels 1 and 2 inputs on the DM810 or any DSP for the most part and do all of your channels. So it's just up to you and what kind of control you're looking for. A bolt and a nut for nut certs can work, but not like a tool does. Exactly, and that's the thing. That's how they have you do it. And it's like, ugh, come on. Maybe we're good on sheet metal. And that's what cars are. So it's all good. All right. So another thing that we got. This came to us today from
John.
No, company.
Well, I mean, First Tech.
First Tech. Jeez. Thanks, Fernando. Thanks for really helping me out there. First Tech. Some of you guys know who First Tech is. They make alarms and interfacing and stuff like that. We're not into alarms or interfacing for alarm systems. But First Tech also has looked at their business model and said, hey, you know what? We can do some other really cool things too. And right now, one of the most popular things are dash cams. And they reached out to us the other day and they were like, hey man, we have this new dash cam. And of course, Fernando was like, yeah, I know. I filmed a video on it the other day when I was at the Go Fast thing. It looks really cool. And so they were like, can we send you one? Ow, quit, stop. Yes, of course you can send us one. So we just got in their new dash cam. Now, keep in mind, I don't know everything there is to know about it because it just showed up today. That's not the dash cam.
I was hoping for something else.
Okay, so this is the dash cam. So this is the new Memento. Yep, M7.
Yeah.
I like M. M is always cool.
Yeah.
Comes in a really cool box, but this is the new camera here. The plan for this is his wife wants a dash cam, and consequently, we now have a dash cam. Open it up real quick. Let's take a look at it. There's a lot of dash cams on the market, and, you know.
Read this.
We will read that. But, you know, they've spent some time developing this. So it's a very simple connection.
Yep.
There's no more of the, 6,000 little things. You put your SD card on it. Mm-hmm. There's one connection. Yep. That's it. Just one. Nothing else.
And of course, comes with
SD card.
And
how big is it?
64.
Holy crap! Really? Oh my gosh, that's a huge.
Recorder, right?
Yeah, but 64. I mean, most of them are like 8.
All right. So you got
got the hardwire kit.
Yeah.
All right, that works.
And you have the rear one that records 360.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What do you mean 360?
It's 360 recording.
How's it going to record 360? It doesn't have side cameras.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some more.
I say 360. No, back and forth. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Front and rear.
Front and rear. I was going to say.
There you go.
Not 360.
Yeah.
Okay, so that there again. Simple. I like the little rubber shipping thing they put in. Simple, one connection point.
Done.
This is obviously going to go to the front.
Yeah.
All right, where's this? Let me see this again. Oh,
this is a screen.
This is the screen.
Yeah.
Is there another connection?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. There's the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So hardwire. That's cool.
Yeah. None of this crap sticking out of the sides.
No.
That's what I like. This just is going to go right up into the headliner.
And then goes in.
All right. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to do a full video review on this here in the next week or two. Weeks or two. Let me make that plural.
Memento. I know it's.
Dude, you suck.
I'm sorry.
You suck so bad. But anyways, so in the box, real quick, you get the cool backup camera. This is just
the rear
sticky tape.
Yep.
Out of the side on this one, obviously, because this is small. This swivels, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that swivels. Let me see this. Can you pull that out of there? All right, so this has a 90, so this goes into this.
Yep.
All right, you know what?
All right,
let's pull that off. I want to just lay all this out.
All right. So we have our power and ground.
All right, power and ground, which is straight.
Yep.
So that's straight. So that leads me to believe that this straight end
goes
use straight. Oh yeah, because it says use straight.
Yep. Here's camera 2.
Keep in mind, guys, I'm doing both.
Right there.
Right. Oh.
Camera 2.
Oh yeah. Camera 2. What does that say? What does the next thing say?
Camera 1.
Oh,
you can add.
Oh, we can add 3 cameras.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
we can get another cam.
1, 2.
So we can do a baby cam. Or a mirror cam or some other cam.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's 3 cameras.
So yeah.
Oh.
So you can record outside, front, and inside.
Well, wherever you want to put the... Yeah, so I can do the cop cam.
Yeah.
Why didn't we get the third one?
I don't know.
You probably gotta order another cam.
I'm gotta call.
All right, no problem. I mean,
we can do all the things. But
all right, so then this plug that into there.
And this one plugs into here.
Well, I like that it comes with the hardwire.
Yeah.
Because the thing that always annoys me is that it's like, now, power, ground, accessory. We did a video not too long ago where we kind of talked about how to do that. And for those of you guys that are going to be doing some form of a dash cam install, there are some things to make your life a little easier. And I will show them to you right now because we happen to have all of this stuff to make our lives easier. The first one is this here, which is the Obd2. What this is this is just a Obd2 adapter with power and ground out. It also has can high, can low, but you don't have to worry about that. So this will plug into your Obd2, give you power and ground so you don't have to do any damage there if you don't want to. The second piece is this Ignition 3. Now what this is designed to do is this uses current sensing from a constant 12 volt source. So you hook power and ground up to this, and this will generate a ignition source that's stop start compatible. And as soon as you start up the car, we'll give you an ignition source. And then when you turn off the car, it stays on for an additional 3 seconds, I think, 3 to 10 seconds. I think it's 10 seconds. It stays on for 10 seconds, and then it powers down. But that is really awesome when doing something like a dash cam or any form of interior things that you need to keep going. So we will be using one of those. Simple install, make a nice harness. That way you don't have to go hunting for stuff and fuse boxes and stuff like that if you don't want to. Do you think it's worth buying a 12-inch JLW7, or is there anything else cheaper, more affordable, that sounds just as good as a W7? Okay, that's a good question. Is there something cheaper? There's always something cheaper, but then you threw the caveat on it that sounds just as good as a W7. So this falls into that category that I've always had trouble with, and that is when I have a customer that comes in and says, "Do you sell X?" And I go, "No, I don't have X, I have Y." And they go, "Oh, but I really like X." And I go, "Yeah, but Y is just as good." And they go, "Yeah, okay, I mean, I get what you're saying. You know what? I'll try Y." And you're like, "Nope, not gonna happen." If you're set on a JLW7, meaning that nothing else is ever going to sound as good as that woofer, all right? It's a fabulous sounding woofer. It's an amazing woofer. JL's been making that thing. It's an iconic woofer. Are there woofers out there that sound great, might be a little cheaper? Maybe, probably. I mean, I would think there has to be at this point. But what's the point? I mean, you're going to save $100? Maybe? Because, I mean, superwoofers aren't cheap. Those things are heavy. Metal's expensive right now. Magnets are expensive right now. So you save maybe $100, and then you're like, if it does anything that you don't think it should do, you're going to be like, damn it, I should have just got the JLW7. So just buy the JLW7. Yes, it's more money. It's a headache. I get it. But you know what? Do yourself a favor. Do yourself right. Treat yourself. You deserve it.
You
okay?
deserve it.
You totally deserve it. Get your W7. Yes. Where can I find you guys' wire ruler? Easy enough. MobileSolutionsUSA.com. Yep. So go to MobileSolutionsUSA.com. It's right there. You can pick it up. Comes in 3 colors, I think, right now. Blue, green, and orange.
Yeah.
Those are the colors that won.
Order green.
Order any color you like.
We have green.
I run a 256 card in my LOL front and rear cam. That's a big card. Yeah, but you never probably have to do anything. You'll never have to change it. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's it. That's what we got going on here. Tonight is 6:30 will be the live show on Facebook, so if you have some questions, make sure to tune in there.
Yeah.
What amp would work for the W7 since it's a 3 ohm? Any amplifier will work, but you want to look for something that puts out the most amount of power at the closest thing to the ohm load. So you'd want like a 2 ohm amplifier, something that puts out loud power at 2 ohm. Unless it's a dual voice coil 3 ohm, in which case, that's going to be 1.5 ohm. So now you want to look at something that puts out a lot of power at 1 ohm. There again, JL makes amplifiers. You may want to check out their amplifiers because, remember, it's a circle of life. What's the point of going with a badass woofer but then settling on an okay amplifier? You're not going to get the experience. So make sure the drapes match the curtains. Whatever that phrase is, I don't know. That's a good place to end. That'll be wonderful when this all goes to the after show. All right, guys. Remember 6:30 tonight. Over on Facebook, you can ask more questions. We'll have a fun time. We'll see you guys then. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Live. Oh, excuse me. Wow, that was good. You skinning a cat? I know.
Right here.
Right there?
That's the problem.
That is the problem.
Shave it.
Yeah. If you guys are working on one of these Jeeps and you put your speakers in
you can see it.
The pods, chances are good the pod is going to crush the speaker.
Well, this is crushing the speaker.
Right, because the pod is too deep or sticks out too far. Mm-hmm. They really needed to make a pod that actually fits speakers.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to grind this part right here like an inch from this corner right here and the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, basically everything where the glove box goes.
Yeah, from here to the bottom.
Yeah. There's like a couple ribs back there and those have to come off.
Yeah. So.
Razor knife.
Dude, spool the whole thing.
Yeah.
Grab a grinder.
Okay. There you go.
Like literally, it fits the whole thing.
Oh yeah. Look at you. Wow. Dang.
Work smart, not hard. Ha!
You've been dying to say that.
No.
So we got a little 911 Jeep going on. So if you've been following Nando's Instagram page, you've seen some of the dumb stuff that has been going on in this Jeep. My personal favorite was the way they mounted the tweeters.
Yeah, right here. I got the bracket right here.
Yeah, you got the bracket. Let's see the bracket.
Come and see the beautiful bracket right there.
That's an awesome bracket.
Yeah, I think.
So what did they fold over a piece of?
They fold like so many pieces, I guess.
Yeah. So that's.
We're doing it wrong.
We are doing it wrong.
Yeah, like laser and all those stuff, dude.
Yeah. What's up, Mr. Berg?
Look at that.
Sticks on either side.
Either side, man. Hey, corner. We can do it in the corner. Good. I want this for my car.
Now this is not a. So one of the things you have to know when going into a pod like the G pod is that only certain speakers are actually going to fit. In this case, they sold this person a set of these beautiful C3 600s, which is it's a great speaker. It's pretty cool because like this comes off. You can mount the tweeter here, so you can make a coaxial, you can make a component. It's pretty awesome. The problem is when you go to put it in on the passenger side, it sits because that magnet hits this rack right here.
Well, the other side is bigger. It comes to like, I don't know, like a quarter, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Then, so it sits like this.
Yeah.
Because it hits. So, hits the whole basket.
Yeah. So these are coming out, unfortunately. And we'll be replacing those. Have you worked on the new F-150 without upgraded sound system? Trying to put the DSR-1 Rockford. Do you think it works? When you say new, that's going to vary between what you mean by new. You can check on iData, and if it lists your year, then yes, it will work. The problem is that there's a new harness in that vehicle, and because of that, it's a little bit different. Not just the harness, the flash, I'm told, is a little bit different. So they have not updated. They don't have the new harness yet with the new software to flash it, but iData lists the compatible ones right now. So if you're trying to do like the AFO2, the DFO2, if it's listed, if your year's listed, it'll work. That's about it. The only thing I can say, because they've tested up to the current models and they all work. It's just the new ones have a different harness. So if it is a base model, technically it's still 4-channel output, so you can still do a DSR-1. You're just not reflashing the radio. If you're a 4-scan guy, you could do your own flash and still use a DSR-1. They're again not going to have a harness that works on that vehicle. What's up, Arturo? Hey guys, looking to upgrade my Key 200.4 for the 8-channel Marine kicker amp using a Key DSP feature. Called kicker and they said could only go with the yellow amp, not Marine, because voltage is too great. That might be true. They would know better than me. I don't know what the input voltage is on the... the reality is you just need to figure out what the input voltage is on the Marine amps. Where's my laptop? Grab my laptop. Let's find out. Let's take a moment and find out. Here, go. Set it somewhere. Not on there. Yeah, there. That works. So I don't get dust in the computer. Wake it up. What?
Yeah.
Well, I can't. All right, where are you going? Kicker.com. Let's go to Marine. Let's go to amplifiers. Let's go to 8-channel. It's going to be the KMA. Scroll down. 8 channels right there. 808s. Wait a minute. High level input is 250 to 10 volts. Input sensitivity.
Millivolts.
No, that's not millivolts. That's volts. It's 250 millivolts to 10 volts. Okay, so right here on the owner's manual or the features for the alarm or the amp, I keep thinking alarm, it says up to 10 volts. So high level, low level. According to this is the exact same specifications that come for the regular series. So yeah, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work. I don't think the person you talked to kind of knew what they were talking about. Might not. It's a what. The problem is that a lot of these guys they might not understand how the Marine. I don't know. I tell you what though. Tune in Saturday if I get a chance. I will call my engineering buddy that works there at Kicker, and I will ask him this question: if I can run a Kicker key into the. So stay tuned on that one. I'll get a 100% definite answer from the engineer on that one, because I think the answer is yes. I don't see why it wouldn't work. So stay tuned. I'll find out. Just tune in Saturday, or maybe ask me Friday.
Yeah.
So hold that thought. Morel America is here.
Woohoo!
What's the difference between Kicker key lock and an audio control epicenter micro? Oh gosh, good question. Everything is different between the two. An epicenter is a harmonic restoration device for sub frequencies only. It's designed to do an octave shift meaning if you have 80 hertz, it will move it down to 40 hertz and give you that impact that is at 80 hertz at the 40 hertz. And it also has a variable effect. Some people mistake it with a Q because it adds width to it to make it boomier or less boomy. So when you're looking at a car that has severe crossover from the factory, an epicenter will help to bring back the bandwidth that is missing because of the factory crossover that's in there on the low end output. So now manufacturers are starting to actively cross over the outputs of the radio. Joy. So like that's not bass roll off, that's literally this, it's not there. If you have an IRTA2 or an electrical RTA, you can see that bass roll off by playing, you can see that bass extraction, it's gone when looking at the electrical signal. So an epicenter will work to bring back some of that. It'll also work to, when listening to a normal system, give you a big fat boomy bass. So it will listen to the music you're playing and give you that effect. So like when listening to 80s rock, 90s rock, you get bigger, fatter bass sound because the music itself is missing it. A key lock is a totally different animal. It is a DSP de-equalization circuit. It is designed to go into a two-channel input, meaning left and right, and it can look at the signal and compare the two, meaning compare left to right, and if there's time delay, it can remove it. If there's an all-pass filter, it can get rid of up to 3 all-pass filters, as well as it can de-EQ, meaning get it back to as flat as possible. So that is a totally different thing than what is happening. I'll pull that back over on the, what happened here?
What?
Well, hold on. I wasn't done with Kicker.
Oh.
No, history. All right, so hold on. Let me show you this real quick, and that will help you. Tech support. Software manuals, tech papers, no. Yeah, there it is. Where's the one that says key lock? Key lock. All right. So if you go on to Kicker's tech support page and you look at the before and after, so this is showing you just a 1 kilohertz. It flattened it out. This is showing you a wider, but we're going to fast forward down here. So this is exactly what we're talking about here. So this is the factory subwoofer. That's all there is. But sorry about that. If you have something that looks like this, where you have a all-pass filter here, a bump in the mid-range, a bump in the subwoofer, and you want to re-EQ that, you need something that looks like this to get, and then there again. So this is kind of what like a Honda looks like. This is what a key lock will do to it. So keep in mind, though, one of the things to keep in mind when using something like a key lock is it's designed to flatten the signal. That's not necessarily like the goal, all right? The goal for a subwoofer, 100%. It's going to bring back that sub bass just like I showed you there. That's spectacular. However, when you're doing it for mids and highs, if you're not going to be adding some form of an equalizer back into the system to custom tailor it now back to the car, you're going to have a flat response output. And a flat response output can be kind of boring, kind of bland. So keep in mind the key lock is a great first step tool to then be married up with or part of a bigger installation. So like if you get a DSP that can't do de-equalization, a key lock in front of that DSP, a key lock in front of a key 200.4 helps streamline it so that you do have a clean slate to start with. In some situations though, like putting the key lock in there and flatten everything out and get it to zero and then not doing anything with it, you're going to be like, oh, this kind of sucks because it's very bland. There's no salt and pepper, there's no ketchup, there's no mustard. It's just like, here you go. So keep in mind when deciding to do that, 100% for a subwoofer, it'll turn any subwoofer situation into a key 500.1 because that's as big as they get. So you want 1,000 watts for your sub, fine, put a key lock in front of it, put your 1,000 watt amp on the other side of it, problem solved, you got your bass back, you're rocking and rolling. The flip side of that, on your mids and highs, if you're going to be doing a DSP or an EQ or something like that, makes 100% sense because it'll get you where you need to be. However, you're not going to do that. You may look at just a standard like LC2i, LC7i, to where, or an LC1i, and let the factory EQ play out so that it's just not boring. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Oh, you got Fernando's endorsement. What are you going to say? What do you got? What were you looking at, iData-wise?
Yeah, the guy of the F-150, it's a 2022. They don't have
Nope, they don't have nothing for 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different plug. It'll still, if it's a 4-channel system, technically, yes, it'll still work. It's just not going to reflash the radio and do the iData fun stuff. But then again, like I said, if you're a 4-scan guy, then you can go in and reprogram the radio yourself through 4scan. There's got to be a video up on YouTube for it, and then still use the 2-channel, still use 4 channels of the DSR1, but there's not going to be a plug for it, so you would have to cut the plug on 2022. Totally sucks. Totally sucks. Wireless volume control for the win all the way. That's right, Mr. Berg. Definitely wireless control. Can't wait to get back into the lab so we can put this cool thing into Fernando's car and start using it so we can have subwoofer level again. Yes, Team 5-star car audio and morale, for sure. There's supposedly some kind of a magic word you guys are going to need to know in order to win something over on the morale page. So I'll say this, if you're not following moraleusa.com, I'm sorry, Morale USA. Is it Morale USA? I don't know why I said .com. If you're not following Morale USA here, you might want to do that because we're doing a collab.
America here.
Yeah, why do I keep saying USA?
Well, it's the Morale USA.
I know Natasha's laughing her ass off at me right now because she's. What? Yeah, I know exactly. All right, Morale America. Did you have the link? Just pull it up. Anyways, the whole purpose of me mentioning this and screwing it up is because we're doing a collaboration with them. You go to their site, they tell you all about it, then you have to come back to this video and you have to find out what the magic word is. So, first thing, you need to follow these guys, Morale America, all right? And then once you've done that, you can watch this where it says Instagram Morale America Fanboy Giveaway. You got to read this, as Fernando said. All right, once you've read that, you're going to have to come back to this video and you're going to have to wait for this magic word that I'm going to tell you right now because it's the easiest thing to do, but All right, so the magic word is, what did you think it was going to be? Maximo Ultra 602 HE Mark IIs. That's right, the newest speaker in the line is the magic word, the Maximo Ultra 602 Mark IIs HE, or high efficiency. This is the replacement for the Maximus 602. It is now in the Maximo line so that you have consistency between the two. So for those of you guys out there that go, well, I need a coaxial to match up with this. Well, now you do. You can just go straight Maximo all the way through. So you can do a set of Maximo coaxials. Match them up with these. They make, of course, these are the HEs. They make the next step up, which is the Maximo 602s. But this is the magic word for the day. So you have to type in all of that one more time for the cheap seats. Hold on, just close it. Here it is. Maximo Ultra 602 HE Mark II. Just type that, and that'll get you registered to win the t-shirt, the hat, whatever it is they're giving away. So lots of fun as always. Lots of fun. And there it is, Morale_America. Do people ship cars to you guys from all over to do installs? Most of the time they don't ship them, they just drive because we live in Clearwater, Florida, which is a beautiful part of the world, or the United States as it would be. And so no reason to send your car to the prettiest place in the world and then you not go because we have the prettiest beaches there are in the country, white sandy beaches, and there's a lot of them where we are here in Pinellas County. There's literally we're surrounded. It's a peninsula, so we live on a peninsula, and we're surrounded by beaches and theme parks. So it's pretty hard pressed to send your car somewhere really, really cool and you not come. So we do get people that'll come out on vacation, drop their car off for 2 or 3 days, sometimes 4 days, and we'll do the stereo and then we'll move on from there. Quick question: RCAs go from stereo to amplifier and speaker wires to the speakers. Exactly correct. So if you look at an amplifier, which I happen to have the JL audio amplifier that we took out of this car that is going back in this car, you have RCAs right here. So these are your inputs. This is where your signal is coming from the radio. In this case, this is going to be fed by this amp probe here. So those RCAs would come over to this amplifier, and then these are the speaker wires that are going to go to the speakers themselves. In this case, these wires are going to come back and connect to this harness here. So this is like a T harness / Mart harness for this vehicle. I tried an octave shift in my car once, blew the clutch. Oh, that's great. Oh, that was awesome. If I'm using an external DSP, do you use the gain on the amp and DSP or just one? That's going to be a delicate balance between all of them. Abraham, sorry. You know what your name is. I don't need to tell it to you. If you haven't watched Tony D'Amore's Gain Train video, it's a must watch. It's really a must watch. You'll learn so much from it. He basically walks you through the steps of setting gains through multiple devices. So it does me no good to talk about it. He did a great video, so check out Tony D'Amore's Gain Train video on YouTube. You'll thank me for it later. Yeah. That question's driving me crazy. Mine too. Just installed the new Alpine ILX 507. The new screens and software are great, aren't they?
Awesome.
They are pretty cool. And the screens are sexy. Very sexy.
Yeah.
It's about time. That's all I have to say. Alpine is about time. What's up for Maui? Be there in July. Can't wait. It mates up with DSP very well. Yes, it does. In a Tundra with a 3-way component set, work in OEM location, what kind of tuning is required? I mean, obviously a 3-way set will work if you get the right size 3-way set to put in any car. What kind of tuning is required depends on what kind of tuning you have access to. So, if you're doing a DSP of some kind, well, there'll be all kinds of tuning that you can do. It's kind of a broad question. That are you going 6-channel active? Are you just going with a passive crossover where you hook up all 6? There's 2 wires. Are you just going to be using deck power? I mean, there's a lot that goes to it. The level of tuning depends on the amount of equipment that you're putting into the car to give you access to tuning. And tuning, not to be confused with setting up an amplifier, in the sense that if all you have is crossover and gain, you're really not tuning it. You're adjusting it or setting it up. Tuning it involves a processor or EQ or something like that. Then you can actually, someone might say, a crossover can. No, crossover is really not tuning the system per se. It's limiting the system, regulating its performance, but you're not adding or cutting some specific frequencies. I mean, you're just, technically, yes, you are, but not in the sense of like what an EQ will do. I know, it's one of those things where you just kind of, they're different. Basically, technically, yes. If I'm using an external, so I answered that question already. What screw size and length do you typically use for door speakers? Typically, I know, a lot of typically, is varies on install, if not using factory screws for 6.5 and 6x9s. Half inch. Usually it's a half inch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually we'll use the Stinger half inch if we're not using the factory screws. If it's a nut cert situation where we're applying nut certs, I think the nut cert that we stock the most of is like an inch. I think they're 1 inch. Mm-hmm. So, if it's threaded, machine threaded screw, it's going to be 1 inch. We do have half inch, but we stock more of the 1 inch, so we typically use those. Yeah. I have a DM608. How do I set gains with DSP and amp? Seems to be the question of the day. There again, do yourself a favor before you get too deep into it. by all means, please go watch Diamore's Gain Train video. He walks you through the process. It's watch that first, okay? And then if you still have questions, we can kind of go back through it. But he does a really good job of explaining it, way better than I can do on this Instagram. What's up, Oscar? It's that what the doctor cuts off.
What's that?
Foreskin, not foreskin. Fanboy giveaway, Morel America. That's
there
right.
You go, guys.
So make sure you guys head over there. Will Natasha be there? I mean, she won't be here, but she'll be. It's her giveaway. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's not Casey, that's for sure. Does a sub-output RCA with no low pass work for the audio control epicenter? So, just to make the most sense, if you're using a sub-output from a radio or from a DSP, if you can't turn the crossover all the way up, or turn it off altogether, then it's really looking for anywhere between 320 to 160 hertz and below is what it wants. So let's say if you're using a radio and you're coming out of the sub output of it, it's obviously you can't turn the crossover off on a lot of those. Just turn it up as high as you can. Like I said, 160 to 320 is kind of its best range. The more signal you can get it, the more capability it has. But nothing above 100, nothing between 160 and 320. That's the sweet spot. Anything below 160 is not the best for it. So, happy COVID isolation Wednesdays, my friend. Oh my gosh, that's Clint. He's in Australia.
Yeah.
They still have COVID there. I don't know what it is. They cured it here in the U.S. Doesn't exist anymore. It's all gone. There's no more.
Yeah. Nobody talk about that.
No more. Yep. No more. Good evening. Watching from Barbados. Much better place than we were at. Afternoon, Morel. Hey. If I'm Ibrahim, come on, man. You got to watch that video. You could have watched it by now. Nice blue color on the Jeep. This is a very sexy car. It's a very sexy Jeep. Let me just step back here. We got these giant ass wheels. It's a short Jeep. It's not a 4-door. She doesn't like a 4-door. Her son had a 4-door, which we did not too long ago. This is the mom's Jeep. And it's pretty hardcore. We are adding this to the back door, which we just did. So that's the Stinger / Phoenix Gold box. I just got done mounting it. The wire's here. Fernando's going to take care of that as soon as he gets done with the speakers. It's going to be run off of the KTA 200M little Alpine amplifier, which we found works perfect for that. And then we have to put this bad boy back in. They just did a number on this thing. It was so cheesy. These guys just love screwing stuff up. Okay, so it's not really hard. You have a bottom of the amplifier. You have a high pass. You turn it on. It was off. These are all set for high level, not low level. It's clearly using RCA, so that would be low level. Just silly. And then for those of you guys turning in late, if you head over to Morel America, the magic word that you're looking for is Maximal Ultra 602 HE Mark II. So you got to write all of this in there. Morel_America. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Not wanting to do anything other than add a pair of subs to the trunk of my Harley. What would be better, Epicenter Micro or Audio Control? I would do an Epicenter Micro. Totally do an Epicenter Micro. Yeah, the Epicenter Micro would be the better move for sure. Let's see. Think about investing in an Audio Control GMRTA. What is your input about it? I own 3 of them personally. Fernando owns one. It's kind of the tool. So right there over my shoulder, that's the Epicenter Micro. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the DMRTA Pro. Above that is the Audio-Tech Fisher. So that is the Audio-Tech Fisher DSP. That is the new JL Audio Max tune. And then if we go that way, that box right there is the Audison BitTune. One of these is the original audio control. So get an RTA, you gotta have one. There's no doubt about it. Dean Morel, magic word for the day is... I think I already said it. Twice. Good luck with the contest. Yes, everyone, good luck with the contest. Make sure you enter. That's it. That's all I got. Are you guys going to get Alpine ILX 507s for review? We are going to review one of the Alpine radios for sure. We don't know which one. It's either going to be 7, the 9, or the 11, whichever one we have in stock, and Paul will let us borrow for an interview. But yes, we are going to review it. Probably, we got a couple things we have to do this week. And so probably next week we'll review them, and then we'll get that video out shortly after that. If everything goes according to plan. We got a bunch of stuff we have to do before we get to Knowledge Fest. So if we can get everything done, then that's kind of hopefully the plan. Best amp way to go: full active front 2-way, passive 2 rear, then DSP big power for rear sub. I mean, really, that sounds like the D611200 would do that, along with some form of a sub amp. Because the D611200, you can do a 2-way front active, meaning tweeter mid bass on 1 through 4, 5 and 6. Could go to your passive rear fill, and then it has an RC output to go out to your sub amp. So it's all actively DSP'd and everything. So I would look at the D611200, which would be pretty awesome. All right, guys, listen, that's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to head over to morelamerica.com. And there again, your secret word of the day is Maximal Ultra 602 HE Mark II. Put that in. Subscribe to the page. Subscribe to this page if you're not already. I'm sure you are. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you later. Fernando.
Bye.
Bye. Let's turn off the radio.
It's 5.
Is it 5?
Yeah, why?
Okay.
Oh, half.
What?
Oh, I know why you turned it.
What are you doing?
Huh?
It was the same length both times.
No. It's like 2 millimeters.
Okay. And
I got it.
I don't know what you're doing. I feel like you're just not prepared. Hey guys, how are you? I'm just saying, it's like you're over here trying to get your workout on with some wire.
Oh, dude, totally. Look at that.
Okay.
Somebody say what?
They just said hi. Oh, you're gonna try. Oh, okay.
Dude, I can't do that.
You can't do that?
I can't.
Oh, I can't do it. I know I can't do it.
I smacked my head with.
Did you smack your head?
gauge.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's right, you did.
Yesterday. Yeah. I tried.
Where's the volume? There is no volume.
Oh.
Oh, hold on.
No sound.
There. Is that better? Hello, Fernando. You too, Dean. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. That was pretty funny. Are you going to twist it?
I'm going to.
I feel like you're just sidetracking, like you have no idea what you're doing.
That's 90% of the time.
I know that's 90% of the time.
That's
all right, watch. Here we go. Here we go. What are you doing? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I prefer a little tighter.
Really? No.
Yeah, I like it a little tighter. Nice too loose.
No, I just put
Hey, Bobby. I know you're gonna put some flex over it.
And that's it. Super tight.
It's the installer's shirt that's causing it. Oh yeah, that's true. Is he a stormtrooper? Meaning he can't shoot the broadside of a building. What's up from Orlando? Hey.
Ooh, we're gonna be in Orlando.
I mean, I'll be in Orlando next weekend, so because we get a Monday off. Oh God, a 2-day weekend.
Next Monday?
Yeah. There you go. Hey, from Colorado. That sounds way more exciting.
Colorado's good.
Go see mountains. Get that Rocky Mountain High. That's what she said. Nice. Hi, Mr. Berg. 99 Lexus LX 470. Is there a way to install a 9-inch Pioneer floating screen? Is the 470 the big It's a 470, the big SUV that's built off of the
Lexus?
Armada. Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes you can use the Armada kit for that and just build a dummy panel for the factory screen up top if it has that. We have done that in the past where someone's dash was all messed up. Where are you what 5-star? What are you installing there? We'll get to that in a second. It's supposed to snow here tomorrow in Colorado. Well, I can tell you it's not going to snow here. Hi, I finally made 2 live. Been missing them all week. Well, we went a little late today. Apparently, I was doing a live CMA show today. Apparently. The Land Cruiser. Yeah. Okay. Some of those you can't. 97 in Phoenix. Wow. 95 here in Iowa. That ain't 95 here. I don't think it's 95 here. 105 in California. Y'all's weather sucks.
Yeah.
Y'all just stay where you're at. Florida weather is perfect.
It's 80 right now.
Is it 80? It feels wonderful. I don't know. It feels wonderful. 83 in West Virginia. It feels like it's always nice. How is the business over there for California? Is very slow. I mean, I don't know what it is over on the retail side. We haven't really slowed down yet.
No.
What's Oscar working on today? Good question. Watching you guys, AC, audio control and CMA. Yep, yes, okay, here's the secret. I actually filmed that yesterday.
Ha!
So, don't tell nobody. We actually pre-recorded that with them. It was a lot of fun, though. I had a good time. So, all right, what are we working on today? Great question, as always. Let's take a look at it. Let's break it down. We have a 19 or 20 Nissan Altima.
This is a 20.
This is a 20. So this is a 20 Altima. There is no interfacing for this car. This is a base model, so it's just 4 outputs. There is a T-harness for it, even though iData does not have a T-harness listed for this car. The DNI whatever that they list for the 2018 is the right harness for this car. Just for a T-harness, not to work the DSR1 or anything like that. It's just, if you want just a straight T-harness to go into the back of the radio, the 2000, just look at the 2018 and it's the DNI 2 or 3 or something like that works on this car. So that'll get you a T-harness for it. We haven't done anything underneath the hood yet. We were just inspecting to see what side of the car the battery is on. So I'm obviously back here, Volkswagen style, up, like a Jetta. Fernando is currently working on the doors. Unfortunately, he already put that door back together. It got a 6-inch or 6.5-inch T2 Rockford component.
With Arnold Palmer.
It got an Arnold Palmer install. We'll explain that at another time. This is the tweeter for the dash. This is what's going to go up there. So this is the T2 tweeter. And this just slops into the factory location, just like that. I'll use the factory screws. That was my test fit, and then it's his responsibility to deal with the wiring and whatnot, which he's getting ready to do over here. That was the wire he was running. And then down here in the center console is our 2 crossovers for the T2 components. So we made a brace, this brace right here, stacked them on top of one another, and we have our outputs for our tweeters are located right here. This is going to be the inputs from the amplifier, and then this wire right here that isn't run yet is going to go up in behind the radio, and this will be our mid-range wire going off to these 2 mid-range here in the doors. For the rear speakers, the factory location in the Altima, because of Bose, there's actually 2 rear speaker locations. In the base model like this, there's the 6.5 for the rear door, but there is no speaker in here. It's just a grill and a cover. And what it ends up coming with is these 6x9s back here that we've already removed. We're going to leave these out so that we can have the subwoofer all come up through these holes in the back, kind of like what the Bose system would do. These are the subwoofers for the Bose system. So we'll have a factory fit box that sits back here. And we're going to put rear speakers here in the back door. So we'll be putting some T1 6.5-inch coaxials into here and running our wires up in through the boot. It's easy enough to do on this car. It's not super easy, but it's easy enough to do. We don't have to drill anything or break anything or manipulate anything. So you can get into the doors. The amplifier is going to be the audio-controlled D5 1300 that is going to go somewhere in this area back here because there's really no room up underneath the seats. And how that is going to break down is there'll be wire for that speaker will come up this side, and then the other 3 wires will come this way. The 2 for the front will go up into that area in the center console and plug into those connections. The other one will keep coming along and go into here. And then speed wire for the signal will also come and go this way into the amplifier. So that's all that. And then the power wire, of course, will just continue on its merry way up into the oblivion that is going to be underneath the hood. And we'll try to keep those as non-touchy-feely as possible so that, you know, the wire is all... So the power wire will probably come up like this, and yeah, we'll get to all that later. We have the back panel out, so we're making it looks identical so to this side, so it has this weird bump right here. So we're going to put the amplifier probably at an angle like this. We could go straight, but it ends up sitting really low. I'm not so... it's kind of boring looking. There's really no room up underneath the seats. There's not a lot of room up underneath the rear deck either. So putting it in this area, just, yeah. We could almost hide it behind this and just get it out of the way, but it just seems like a lot of times when you do that, it becomes a really hard thing to do to service because you gotta, it's just not worth it if you ever have to service it. If there was multiple small amplifiers, maybe hide them back there, but I'm gonna come out here with it. I think it'll look nice. You see what you paid for. It'll be in the 50s next week. Oh God, sorry about your luck. Paul's always busy. Paul is always busy. My daughter's car right there. Yes, talked to her this morning. Tomcat tweaker. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. No, we set it all up, got it all set and ready to go. Wow, that was like a reverse of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Check, baby, check. Oh, anyways. So she's a rocker, as she tells us this morning. She says, I'm a rocker, so we're going to build a rockin' Rockford system that's going to have... Rockin' Rockford system. It's going to have some nice bright highs, kicking mid-bass. It is also in the back. The subs will go in the back. I believe it's 210s, I think, are what I...
Yes,
I think 210s. Yep, so 2 P210s with grills. I love the grills. So that's what we got going on right now. It's just a regular fun day. Yesterday we had I honestly don't... What is it? Today's Thursday, because tonight is Hi-Fi night.
Mm-hmm.
So Hi-Fi and I will be doing our show tonight.
Yeah, yesterday we have the Toyota Avalon.
Right, we had an Avalon. Jesus, we didn't go on live yesterday. I apologize. We had an Avalon. That was nice. That also got a Rockford system, new radio, 5-channel amp, all that fun stuff. Active front stage, passive crossovers. It's a really nice system. Base model with bass now. It'll have more than bass, man. It's getting full DSP, so we can have some fun with it. Get some awesome staging and all that fun stuff. Looks like it's time for a haircut. Oh, it is. Yeah, I know. And I cracked my head open today. I can't really see it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so did that today. That was a dumb move. As you'll notice, the doors...
on purpose.
I totally did. So the doors hung low, and I went over next door to see if we had a T-harness for this car. And when I was coming back, I was looking at the T-harness, and I was like this. Most of the time when I lower the door, I make it so that when I'm walking, I can just walk under it, no problem. But I was down like this, looking at this T-harness just like this, and I just, bam! I was like, ow! So... I might let the hair grow a little bit long for a couple more days, just so it doesn't look like I got beat up in a...
So don't text and drive, guys.
Don't text and drive, exactly. Don't text and drive. Always 10 and 2. What's more fun, T-harnesses or T-Rex? Jurassic Park in theaters June 10th. Oh, I know, dude. So what do we got? We got Jurassic Park that I want to see. Top Gun. I want to see Top Gun. I want to see Top Gun so I can be disappointed. I feel like I'm going to be disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed, but I feel like I'm going to be disappointed. I've seen enough trailers to think...
Doctor Strange is out already?
Doctor Strange is out. You've already seen that, though, right?
Yeah,
oh, you haven't seen it?
Naomi wants
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hi-Fi's seen it. I want to see it, but
I want to see it.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to see that in the theater. Top Gun, I feel, just looking at some of the shots, I feel like that's going to be a great movie to watch in a theater on a big screen.
Yeah.
So I might have to watch that. Jurassic Park.
I want to go see Jurassic
Really?
Park.
I could probably watch that at home and feel just as good.
Just because. Why not?
White tweeter mounts this time? So I had a friend of mine, actually a relative of mine, needed some white speaker adapters for his boat. So I got some white acrylic, and I had some scrap left over that was just enough to make these adapters. You're not going to see them, so we went white. But there was a time when we had to use a lot of white because black, as you know, was because of COVID wasn't available. So, tweeters are silver. But yeah. Dean, what is the best sound quality tweeter you ever use? Man. Okay. You gotta remember, man, everyone's a little bit subjective on the tweeter thing, and that's one of the points I try to really hammer home. You know, you have basically two different types of tweeters, and everything is just a variation on that, whether it's got a horn on top of it or not. But you have a metal, hard dome, well, we'll just say a hard dome tweeter or a soft dome tweeter. Because hard dome tweeters can be made out of cloth that's treated or metal itself. But then you have a soft dome tweeter. I think most soft dome tweeters are made out of cloth. I don't think there's another material. It's going to be some kind of cloth. Maybe a foam or something, but I doubt it. But anything is possible. You have two distinct types of tweeters. And when it comes to hard dome, I really feel... For us, anyways, there's just a million different tweeters out there, and obviously I can't say that I've heard them all. I feel like Focal does one of the best jobs on hard dome tweeters, but I know there's others that are just as good, if not better. It's just for what we deal with. I feel like Focal does a really good job at that. Now, when it comes to soft dome tweeters, I feel like there's a lot of them. You know, Morel, my personal favorite, Dyne Audio, even Ground Zero with the uranium. That tweeter was freaking awesome.
Surprising, yeah.
I mean, it was only surprising because we've never heard that before from them. So, you know, they took the gloves off and came in swinging, you know, bare knuckle style, like I'm gonna knock you out, LL Cool J, you know.
Wow, that's so aggressive.
Because Mama said knock you out.
So.
Anyways, and then again, what I like, not necessarily what you like, but figure out what type of tweeter sound you like, and then buy a tweeter that matches that, the best that you can afford. And of course, there's more to just the tweeters. You got to make sure the mid will play with the tweeter. That's the big thing there. Morel. I mean, you know, there's that. Tell them why you do the female tell them why you do the female male butt connectors.
Butt connectors or bullet?
They're called bullet connectors, but he screwed up male too, so it's all right. He put make. He's lonely. It's all right. Basically, we need something that's quick and repeatable for a plug. You know, we do a lot of these speakers. We have dedicated other connections that we can solder on and do stuff like that. But the bullet connector is super reliable and super functional for us. So there is a way that you have to do it. I think that might be more of what Christian's talking about. Let me hop back into the car and I'll show you what I mean.
What's the way?
Well, okay, so let me flip this around. Let's go back to the crossovers in the dash. So this is the male bullet connector here. And the reason why, in contrast, obviously this is the female bullet connector. What is happening here is the reason why they're different is, and I know a lot of people say, we should put one female, one male so you can do direction. It's like, or you just do two different color wires. And the reason why I don't like doing like one male, one female and that whole nonsense is because the wire that is this is a receiving wire. So from the back is going to come the amplifier power. And I want the amplifier power to have this type of connection on it. And then I'll always know that this is an active signal, meaning that on the other side of this is electricity, and I don't want it to accidentally touch something. So if I had one male, one female, and this was, I wouldn't know if this was live or if this was a dead. So I know this is live. This is going to have power behind it. So I need to take care. I need to, we know when we see this is going to be a live side, and this is just going to be a dead side. So these can touch anything. They're not going to go, because until they're plugged in, they're not going to have power. Now, the same thing is true from here off to the speaker. So in the dash, this is the wire that's coming to me. So we'll put a, male end on this. But if you go over here, he has the female end there, so that we know that is a live side, not a dead side. The tweeter will have two males on it, because there again, it's a dead side. It's not going to damage anything if those were to touch anything. So we'll have two of those on it. So it seems something as simple as a bullet connector, but there is, as always, everything we do, there's a method to it, and there's a reason why it has to be that way.
Purpose.
It's purpose. Everything is purpose driven. All the way down to the stupid ass bullet connectors, man. It's like Dean has to make it difficult.
Of course,
Of course, every day. Dean, it's like, no,
that's not how it goes.
That's not how it goes. And that works all the way through the install. So one of the things, like when adding a backup camera, if you're feeding power from the reverse light to the dash, it's, on the radio side, you have to have a male. Even though a lot of people are like, because that's a receiving. The power is coming from the car in the back forward. So that is the hot side, or the side that is dangerous, scary. Coming in hot, bro. Coming in hot. So anyways, that is the madness behind our bullet connectors and why they work the way they do. All right. I was trying to put a sheet of ABS at my local plastic store. A sheet of 4x8 is over $300. I need to find something more budget friendly. How thick was your ABS? Holy crap.
3/4?
I know, I think we paid $100 for the 1/4 inch.
And maybe they in California, that's why.
Okay, so depending on how big of a sheet you need, you may want to check out your local sign shops for blown PVC. They might have scrap or just oddball pieces that they might not need, and they'll be able to sell you cheaper, because most sign shops will use blown PVC for their signage. They'll use 1/4 inch, usually not half, but like 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, stuff like that. You can usually find smaller pieces at sign shops. Something to think about. Hola, amigos.
What's up, Oscar?
Yes, the tool drawer on Amazon. Hi from the UK. Nando got a fade and a beard shape up. Thank God, right? Yeah, I know. I was starting to worry about whether he was going to show up to work with a shopping cart. Here in Lake City, thanks for making great sound. You bet, man. Nando was upset yesterday about the 911. That was the Jeep.
That was a Jeep, yeah. That was Monday.
That was Monday. Monday to Tuesday.
I mean,
that was
always
sad.
Upset about
that
things, man.
God, that's fucking. Oh, idiots.
I mean, that's the right word.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, man, this guy's dude.
People suck.
But I will tell you this: once we were all said and done, we got it all put back together, got it all sounding great, got the subwoofer on the back door. The customers were awesome. We'd done her son's Jeep. Now we got to refix her Jeep, get her all straightened out, took it apart, showed her everything we did. She wanted pictures, of course, of all the stuff that was messed up. It was really sad because like the JLC3s that they had, those are really nice speakers, and they just aren't made to go into the Jeep. And that's really what it came down to. And it was like, man, that's a bummer. Plus, they really didn't talk to her and find out what she wanted. What her goals were, because like it was just all trouble. It just sounded really bad, but everything about it was just bad. But now it's fixed, it's good, she's happy, and that's all that matters.
On to the next one.
Sorry you tuned my truck. Sounds amazing. Thank you. You don't have to be sorry. I know who you are. It's okay, man. I remember. We had a great time. You're the elevator guy, I bet, right? Mm-hmm. Remember the elevator guy? Did that awesome install with all the audio control stuff?
Yeah.
And then he had the funky relay issue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Overthought that one. Watch the F1 status video. I need to win the lotto. You're not wrong with that.
Let me know, because
Yeah.
I want to buy a ticket too.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Yeah. Top Gun. Top Gun was the perfect laser disc for demoing home audio back in the day. Back in the day, bro, I still got all that. I still have my laser disc player, and I still have Top Gun on laser disc. Boom. That's right. I still got
Grab
it.
the mic?
I don't have... I think the funny part... I think I bought the adapter because it's just RC output.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I had to get the adapter to go from, to HDMI because the audio control receiver only has HDMI.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I ever hooked it up. I think it's just sitting on top of the Laserdisc player. I have to check. Because that'd be nice to go back and watch some of the old Laserdiscs. Watch Star Wars before when Han Solo shot. What's up, people? Was that blue Jeep 911 a professional job or a DIY gone bad? Sadly, it was a professional job. Most of the 911s that we do come from the same shop, and this was just another one of those. And no, I'm not going to blast them. I'm not going to call them out. I'm not going to do anything like that. So, Elias, what's up, my friend? Motel's going to argue out. Thanks for the response. Appreciate it. You're welcome. You know the way to my heart with the compliments. That's Elias.
Yeah,
he's a sexy beast. My morels sound good, and they're still in the box.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad, but I know the feeling. Mine sound good too, but they're in the box. I feel like I'm in anatomy class. I couldn't. No, I don't do blood and guts. I don't mind my blood and guts. Like, I feel like I've dealt enough of my blood spilling, but somebody else's, I don't know how those guys do it. I mean, I know, like we always say, if the plane's going down and I have a parachute, I'm going to jump because it's what it's going to take to survive. And that's kind of how I feel about that. But given the choice, I'd rather land with wheels. My new bifocal contacts suck. But yes, I know why you do it great. You're funny, Christian. They're trying to get me on that stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll buy them, but you're going to get them back. What's up, bros?
What's up?
I wish every car audio shop was as particular as you. I mean, I'm going to say yes, but then what would we do with our time? How do I fix a broken AC? I got to be honest with you, I don't know.
AC guy.
My air conditioning broke in my Camaro, and the best way to fix it was to just buy a new car. So I know that sounds crazy, but really it was, because they were going to have to pull the dash and the windshield out of the car. And I was like, no, you're not. No, I'm going to do you guys a big favor. I like you guys too much to have you do this, because then I wouldn't like you anymore, because I know you'd scratch everything. 2021 Silverado 1500 install videos soon. I mean, it just comes down to the customers, man. I mean, yes, I would love to do one on that one. We did find out the other day, though, because somebody was asking about putting a radio in one of those, and there was, like, nothing available anywhere, and there still isn't anything available. But then the next day, I got a picture from Jeff Smith, totally unrelated. Like, he didn't know somebody asked that, and it was a picture of a high 10 and that new dash. And I was like, dude, what the hell? Like, is this something you guys are working on, or... And he's like, no, why? And it's like, the RP5 GM51 works. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's the wrong harness. So, but I guess the RP GM51 is the wrong harness, but it's the right data. So you can interface it in. You're going to have to run all new speaker wires or like, but yes, you can put a new radio in one of those. The high 10 specifically, they had it in there just because of the room. But there is no harness, there's no nothing, but that harness can be Frankenstein to work in that car. I'm like, okay. F1 is on some other level. For those of you guys who didn't get a chance to watch both F1 videos, there's not going to be a video tomorrow because I was up way too late finishing those two videos to make sure that they both went out on the same day. so that you could watch the whole Steve Brown tell us all the magic that is the F1, and then go through the 10 minutes of Chris Tagoo telling us the songs we were going to listen to. And if you are listening to that, I would strongly recommend wearing a really nice set of headphones, because like I edit all my videos with expensive headphones so that they sound good, if not great. And that video is no different. So if you actually sit and listen to the F1 video, we were using a Rode Video Mic Pro, which is, I mean, it's like a $300 microphone. I get it, and it's attached to the camera. It was set in the middle of the car because it's right where you're looking, and everyone was quiet, no air conditioning running. So we tried to capture as much of the sound as we could to give you, so it's just not like, So we tried to do the best job we can at capturing that, and then, yes, but if you are going to listen to it, nice headphones, something that can isolate your ears from the exterior sound. I'm sure Apple earbuds would work great, but I use these big. My favorite pair died the other day, which I was totally bummed. My Monolith 560s died, which one of they don't make them anymore.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah, I'm so sad. Like literally shed a tear.
What is the next step?
They don't really. I don't know. I'm using using another pair of the wood ones that I got that are closed back. They're still plain R's.
You need the stacks.
No, I don't think stacks would be good for editing.
Really?
Yeah.
Just for music.
Although I will say Rode has a new set of headphones for editing, and I think I might get a pair because they're cheap. Okay, they're extremely reasonably priced. Let's go with that. Dean made me think, can you board a plane with your own parachute? Will you get through TSA? Yes, actually you can. I know a guy. I know a guy, and that's what he does. He is a parachutist. He does the, when they do like 30 people jump out of a plane at once. So yes, he does actually carry his parachute on a plane.
Very cool.
Is there a website to find a local tuner who is reputable? Unfortunately, no. However, most manufacturers do have a dealer locator. And I would recommend starting there, calling the dealers in your area and working your way out. Also, you may want to check into like IASCA or EMA, see when they're going to have a competition in your area or somewhere around your area, because those guys all have to either tune their stuff or have someone tune them. Those would be the guys you'd want to talk to find who the tune guy is in town. Like here, obviously Jeff Smith does a lot of that work for a lot of these people, and he makes money doing it. Hey, can I run a Morel Virtu 603 semi-active tweeter and 3.5 on crossover 6? Yes, of course. We love to do that. It's a really good way to split power. All right. I used my headphones. Awesome.
Perfect.
Northern Illinois, reputable tuner installer. Yeah, Mike.
Same thing.
Same guy. I answered it. Yeah, that F1 status is something serious stuff. Yeah, I used headphones to listen to it. Blew my mind. Thank you. I'm glad that works. Yeah, because I mean, that's the thing now. It's like, when we switched to Final Cut a couple years back, Final Cut allows us to really pay attention much more closely to the audio than iMovie did when we used to edit in that. So now, since I have the tools, I use them to make it sound the best that we can, so that when you are listening to it, it does sound good.
In the car.
Of course. Very impressed for sure. I used to do sound for bands and studio work, and used to balance circuits are pretty hot stuff. Yeah, that car now he never got to hear the car, so he's pretty excited, because is it supposed to be there this weekend?
It's supposed to be.
I'm sorry, in June when we go to Knowledge Fest.
Yeah. Not this weekend.
For a tuner, maybe be able to check the winners from the awards you were a judge on to see top installers in the area. That's another good idea. Yeah, I mean, we always tell people, go to the MEA Installer of the Year competition. You have the top 50 for every year. They give you the name, the store they're at, and the state they're in. That's a great place to find a good installer, a fabricator, something like that.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Memphis Audio? I gotta be honest, I really don't have a good or bad opinion on them. They're just kind of there. We've never really had an opportunity to do much with them. We did get a free 6.5-inch subwoofer from them at one point. They were handing out to everybody, and someone gave me one. I'm like, here, take a picture with this. And I did, and they're like, here, you can have it back. And they're like, no, keep it. And I was like, okay. So I gave it to Fernando and said, here, go put this in the room. He's like, what? It's yours. You get to have it. I don't want it.
I want it.
And so he's got a 6.5-inch Mojo. So it was no joke. They did nice, but no, we've really never done anything with them, and so I don't know much about them.
Right.
I know they have a DSP. I know it uses the software that a lot of manufacturers do, like we call the Chinese DSP software. So that's cool, because at least they didn't go crazy and do something very weird. So that's kind of nice. And then they have that new amp line, which I don't remember what it was called. But I never got my top 50 paper. Really? That doesn't make sense. I would reach out to Richard. If you don't have his email, let me know, because they went out, so you should get one. It may have gone to the wrong place, but yeah, you should have got it. Looked all over Alpine listing where the Tesla will be. Any ideas where to find info? I do not have any ideas where to find info on that.
No.
I will reach out. I will talk to our guys and figure out if there's like a schedule or anything like that. Because that was, I knew, going to be the immediate question. So I will try to find out.
They've been traveling.
Yeah.
All over the United
I know,
States.
but there should be a website or a Facebook page or something. So I'll see what I can find out, and I'll let you guys know in a later show.
I'm going to bring the car over here.
I don't want the car over here. Hello, guys, from Weston. Honda Tech. What's up, Steve? Honda Tech. Honda. If it did, it will be the second time it happened.
Well,
I think it's just Oscar.
I think you sucks, buddy.
I think it's Oscar.
You are the problem.
What is your opinion on the Audio Frog amplifiers? Funny, you should ask. Next week. God, here, maybe get up. I know, I was feeling really good. I was like, this is kind of comfortable. Like,
you fall asleep.
So next week we have the Audio Frog. Where did it go?
On the bottom, the corner. Right in the bottom. In the bottom. Keep looking. In the bottom.
I see the empty box.
It's right here. Right here. It's the other side.
Oh. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
Audio Frog, 606. So let me flip this around here. So for these guys, haven't seen them. There's two amplifiers. There's a 154. There's a 606. They both start with an A. They both end with a D. This is the guy here. We have this one out because I just got done dynoing this one, and as a big surprise, it does its power and then some. And yeah, these are really nice. So this one we did not install. The 4-channel we did install. You can find that in the Car Stereo Labs playlist. We have that there, and you can kind of see the amp. So the 150, the A150.4D, we've already reviewed, we've already looked at, we've already dissected, done everything we needed to do with it. So that is up and done. This one will be next week, and you can see how much power this guy put out. But yeah, no, they're sexy amplifiers. Very nice. And this is dull like this because there is a protective cover over it, and we did not remove it. So it does, because this has got to be returned. It's a Luna. So this is going back to Andy in a couple months. So there you go, Audio Frogs. Beautiful little amplifiers. I did get the pleasure of listening to Andy's car where he has, 8 of these in there?
Yes.
Oh, of course, because he had a 22-channel amp that he had to take out that he made in his garage, so he put those in. They're pretty awesome, not going to lie. tons of power, compact size. They sound great. You know, go for it. That's what I got to say about that. How much does that Audio Frog amp weigh? I have no idea. What is it, dude? Just bring me a scale. Come on, man. Oscar, tell them since you have a Tesla to send it electronically. That was so bad.
It's a software update.
It's because I got a Tesla. And all the things that come with owning a Tesla. Boat bust out another 1,000. Oh yeah. It was a 24 channel. 24, 22, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, baby.
You said it was heavy. Okay, it is. I don't have a scale here, man.
I'm in the box.
When Christian has time on his hands, it's like he needs a hobby other than car audio. Just saying, man. Just saying. It is heavy. It's a solid piece of aluminum.
It might be too much for the Audi.
Oh, Oscar's in a pontoon boat.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm assuming he's working on it. He's not on a lake in a pontoon boat somewhere having a good time. I mean, that would be spectacular, but no. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, hey, listen, it is Thursday, so make sure to join me tonight on the Hi-Fi Vega Network. We'll be doing reverse polarity. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I'm sure it's wonderful. I would check over on his page because I'm sure there's some form of a poll that is up. If you guys don't take part in the polls, they're usually pretty good and pretty on point, too. He does really good polls. Like, they're always pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is news. Oh, also, after that, we will be doing Side Jag tonight. I believe the movie is the Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum rip-off of Romancing the Stone.
Lost City.
The Lost City. Thank you. We watched that this week, so it was pretty cool. And then tomorrow morning, Friday at 9 o'clock, we'll be doing the news. I'll be doing the news solo. Fernando's got to go to his little junior's graduation. And he's graduating kindergarten. It's so sad. So sad. But yeah, so definitely check out the news tomorrow. I keep a scale in my car. It's only measured in grams. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
That's how you're paying for that Tesla, bro.
You're not lying.
Yeah. Test that scale with nickels. Bro, all I got is dimes. I got no nickels. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.
Bye.
Did you see somebody the other day was like, told Fernando to put down his phone?
It's down, that's why.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm not holding it. I'm just watching it.
Just watching it?
Just watching it. Not touching it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. It's funny.
dude.
I mean, it's your job, bro.
To hold my phone, that's correct.
It is your job to hold your phone.
My job.
Yeah.
And I get paid for it.
I know.
Can you believe that? Oh my god!
So how was the graduation?
The graduation was great.
That was your first thing like that. Yeah. Kid number one for you. So.
Unless I have another kid that I don't know.
I mean, you might.
Yeah. That was great. That was awesome.
Okay. So you had a good time.
Yeah. Everybody had a good time. A lot of kids singing.
They were singing?
Oh yeah, they sing, and they do this. And
you missed the news though, man. Was it worth it?
It was worth it.
Okay.
It was worth it.
I mean, I don't know about that, but no, it was worth it. News sucked.
Always hang out. Yeah.
News sucked. Why are we on right now? I mean, other than we go on a lot.
It's late. It's 3 o'clock already.
I know, but what are we going to tell everybody?
Oh, dude, come and check it out. This one.
I'm checking it out.
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, this was from what's today? Friday. This is what, Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday, and it was tap on it.
It was 3 days ago.
3 days ago. Yeah. So it was 3 days ago. Tap on the.
Okay.
Let's get the comments.
Oh, you want to see the comments? All right. So we have all the comments right there.
So these were the comments. So you had a simple task that you guys had to do. Is that you had to listen to our show and find out the secret magic word.
Yep.
And then you just had to go back and type in the secret magic word, and she was going to randomly pick somebody to win an award, win the gift pack, whatever. What is it, like a shirt, a hat, or a bottle? I don't know. It's some kind of a gift pack that Natasha put together for everybody.
She's gonna tell you what it is.
Yeah,
so fanboy giveaway. Fanboy giveaway.
I think it was like you said about 50 plus people that entered.
Yeah.
So there's 50 plus people that entered, which is awesome. Like, congratulations, you guys. I mean, you followed directions. You deserve an award for just following the directions.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
Very cool.
I feel like it's kind of sad saying that, but no. So here's the cool part. You guys ready for this?
Yeah. And the winner is
everybody that entered.
What?
Yeah. So not now. It's over. So it doesn't matter. You can't go back. She's already screenshotted the winners. So she's got the contest is over. But everyone that entered, she's got your screenshot. She took pictures of everybody's name, and she's gonna be in contact with you. You got a prize pack. So everyone that answered the question,
it's a winner.
You're a winner. That's it. So she's like 50 plus. She just Oprah'd your ass.
Totally.
So you're a winner. You're a winner. You're a winner. And you're a winner. You're a winner. You're not a winner. Anyway, all winners across the board. So if you got it right and you followed the instructions and you answered it and you did all the fun stuff you were supposed to do, haha!
Yep.
You won. You're getting a Morel Fanboy prize pack. How cool is that? I'm just happy that I don't have to send them out. Because, like, I mean, I'm just happy I don't have to send them out. Because that's like 50 things I don't want to have to do.
Oh, you know. How about Morel, like Natasha had?
Yeah, Morel's got this. Or Natasha.
Morel had her.
Yeah, they're lucky. They're lucky.
Yeah.
I want to hire her, to be honest with you. I keep telling her, I need to hire you to do something for me to just make my life easier. Because that would be so cool. But anyways, yeah, so if you entered the Morel Fanboy contest,
you're a winner.
You're a winner, man.
You're a winner.
How cool is that?
It is cool.
So congratulations. I'm sure she's going to, that's her problem. So she's going to reach out to you and have to take care of everything.
Bye.
So congratulations, everyone. Thank you, Morel, and 5-star. That's just Dean and Fernando. And 5-star, nothing to do with it.
And thank you to Morel, because that's what they given.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys.
Check him out.
Aloha from Hawaii. Yeah, of course. The whole purpose of this was to go look at Morel, and also we were talking about the new. No, they're not really new. They're new into the line. Instead of being Maximos, they're instead of being Maximus, now they're Maximos.
Maximo Ultra.
High HEs, high efficiency. So, congratulations to everybody who entered, and way to go. Way to go. So, thank you, Morel, for letting us be some part of this and being a sponsor of the show.
That's right.
It's pretty awesome. It's a new thing we're trying out. They're actually sponsoring the Instagram show for the most part. We don't really, so that's kind of neat. We've been wanting to do that for a long time, and they're like, you know what? Let's give it a shot, see what happens. So head over to morelhifi.com, check them out. If for nothing else, go over to morelhifi.com, and as soon as you go there's a movie that they have. Watch the movie. It's cool. It's just like story about that. And we were talking today with somebody actually about Morel and a Morel employee, and they were talking about the tweeters and all that they manufacture there in Israel. And it's like, it's on my bucket list. One of, like, fanboy extraordinaire would be to go to Morel and film that, document the whole, like, trip to
whole story.
Yeah, and just go there and see the factory and talk to the people and talk to the because it's a family-owned company. So it'd just be cool to one of my dream
to share something
trips would be to go to Morel and go to Israel. And it's funny though, because up until like a couple weeks ago, that was something that was like, that'll never happen. But after going to Salzburg, it's like, man, it's possibility.
Yeah,
it's on the board.
That's right.
It's not over in the corner now. It's somewhere, like it's like there's a reference. It could happen.
That's right.
And and I love doing it because I get to take you guys along. And how much fun is that? Just so they don't have to try out the Iron Dome while I'm there, I'm cool. Because I'm not down for that. But hey, it'd still be fun. That would make for great content. I'd be like, they're launching the Iron Dome. And for guys who don't know what Iron Dome is, do a little research. Hey, Fernando, how was the graduation?
It was great, man. Thank you so much. Everybody had a great time. Bunch of pictures. video, and yeah, it's good.
How do the Rockford Fosgate 6.5 or Power 6.5s compare to Showtime SPL 6.5s? I mean, the Power isn't a loudspeaker. It's still a musical speaker. So like the 6.5 is a mid bass. It's an actual mid bass. It's not a mid range. It's not a high frequency mid range. It has a surround. It moves. Mm-hmm. It's made to play down, play down low. It's not made to get crossed over at like 300 hertz or something like that. So it's an actual speaker. Now, does it get loud? It gets extremely loud. Mm-hmm. But it's an actual moving mid-bass, mid-range speaker, not just a loud speaker. The reason why we use those a lot of the times is to be that crossover point between I want to be able to have a loud system, but also I want it to have that kind of pro sound, but not going full pro. Yeah, not going full pro. And Tropic Thunder way.
All right. So we go in college, not NFL.
No, I was Tropic Thundering it. What would you recommend on this? Hertz Pro 6.5 component or the Hertz SPL Show 6.5 Neo Tweeters ST25s? Please advise. We've actually done that. We've done that system in a Nissan pickup truck. You have to make sure you bi-amp the system, and you need an amp channel for the tweeters, an amp channel for the mid-bass, because you need to control those tweeters. 100%. Those are 107 dB efficient tweeters, and the closest mid-range is somewhere around 93 dB. That means they are 9 dB louder. So that's so much louder, it's not even funny. That's like you're not even hearing the speakers in the doors. So you need to be able to control that tweeter output. Now, once you do control it and you tune it properly, it's actually really nice. I mean, because the tweeter, it's very full, it's very rich, it gets really loud. But that's taking it from a perspective I want the car to sound good. So, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in a way like that I would like it to sound, not necessarily like just like sound that a lot of people like. Right. I'm just not that guy. You guys go to Morel, Israel, a much smaller world, and you guys are kicking ass. I would love to go to Israel. Like it's definitely, I want to go see that place. So maybe, it's always a maybe. You never know, and it doesn't have to happen this year. Hey, Fernando and Dean from hot and humid Akron, Ohio. Yeah, you guys hear that? That's tough, man. How's the Ground Zero uranium SQ components?
Amazing.
Okay, he's got them in his car. You've
great,
had them in your car for a while. They're due to get swapped out here soon.
Yeah. Well, I just have to print. I have this guy that
Anyway, shut up. So yeah, stop. But no, they're really nice. They did a fabulous job on that. Yeah. Fabulous job. And I will say, when I was in Salzburg and I talked to Swedish Peter, we talked for hours about how they made those speakers and all the things that they ran into and why they do the things they do with them, and it was pretty cool. I heard they're coming out with some direct dropping kits. I went too far. Oh, I missed it. I know, it sucks. What's up, guys? Vinny from South Florida.
What's up?
All right, so there was a question back here.
About?
Hold on, I'll get to it. Someone didn't ask me. Uranium's got that.
What would you recommend a good setup?
No, hold on.
On a Suzuki?
Nope. On audio control DSP, should I sum multiple inputs if they are all full range signal? 2014 Honda Accord with premium audio. If you have a 2014 Honda Accord with premium audio, go before the amplifier. So before the amplifier directly out of the radio is a full range variable voltage output. That's all you need. Don't sum nothing. Do not sum anything. Just go in. You can actually solder RCAs onto it and go into the preamp section of the DSP because it is a low level output, not a high level output. So you don't want to take those before amplifier signals and go into the DSP. Into the high level section because it's not enough signal. So typically what we do on that is we solder in some RCAs, we go into the low level side of the DSP and it's full range there. But to go back to the question, if you have a full range signal in the front and a full range signal in the rear, you do not sum them together. There's no reason to do that. there's no reason to sum multiple full-range signals together, because the whole idea is you're trying to create a full-range signal.
You already have it.
And you already have it, so there'd be no reason to sum another one into it. That would be redundant, and it doesn't make any sense. Just pick one and run with it. But with that car, go right after the radio, before the factory amplifier. Do your testing. It should be a nice, clean, variable voltage output that you can just go right into the DSP with, and everything is sexy. Here watching from Barbados again, and we are a Ground Zero dealer as well. Wonderful brand and a wonderful support. I gotta agree with you on that.
Yeah.
God, that'd be Barbados. Like, oh my gosh, like that would be cool. Hey guys from Greece.
What's up? Do you guys heard any Blam components?
Yes.
We actually put Blam components.
Well, we've heard a bunch of them.
Yes.
We actually sell them now.
Yeah.
We haven't had a chance to get many in the install bay yet. But no. A lot of Blam we've heard, because they're, again, the MSC guys are the Blam dealer, and so a lot of the cars that they're doing, their demo cars, all have Blam speakers in them. And it's a really nice fit between Blam and Helix. You get a nice 2 ohm speaker. Amplifiers put out way more power at 2 ohm, so that's kind of like their push.
I seen you with the Alpine F1 status. How did they sound in person?
Oh, it was terrible. You would have absolutely hated it.
Yeah?
No, it was freaking wonderful. I mean, it was wonderful. You know, it's funny you should ask that, because like today we were talking to Jeff about it, because Jeff got to hear it at the same time I got to hear it. And we were kind of comparing notes. And what I mean by that was, when I was listening to it, I was strictly listening to it to hear high-res audio. The presentation was what it was, meaning here's the sound, okay? But this is capable of playing this high bit rate, 300 plus. I want to hear that. I wasn't sitting in the car as I asked a judge, worrying about the things that he would worry about. So, you know, there was a couple things that he was like, tuning wise, there was these issues, which there again, it was a brand new install, and as Steve said, they've only played with it for like 4 or 5 hours. Now it's tuned totally differently. Like right now, I think it's up in Ohio. It's going to work its way down here to Florida over the next couple weeks. And no, I haven't been able to find any schedule to where it's going to be. It's kind of stupid. But what we both agreed on is listening to that high bit rate music was incredible. Like it literally, like when you hear something at, you know, CD quality and you go up to 300 plus, my God, it's and the easiest way to think about it, which it's not my example. It's I think Maddie always talks about it. You know, I grew up in a time where we started with black and white TVs. Granted, it wasn't that old, but you know, we had black and white TVs, we had color TVs, and it was perfectly cool to watch color TV. The best way to think of it was a 4:3 aspect ratio. Like 4:3 aspect ratio was all the rage. That's all you had. You bought big 32-inch, 34-inch, 44-inch, you know, and then you had rear projection, which just there was nothing. You could never get the lights bright enough, and it just sucked. And now you have 4K, 6K, 8K, and if you were to sit there and look at it, like if you put a 4:3 next to a 4K, you'd be like, what the hell? And they're good. It's visual. It's easy to see. It's not so always easy to hear. But yes, it's man, it's insanity. It's
just
insanity.
to comment on that, when you say, you know, that was this issue, I'm not gonna say that was an issue. That was just probably like
it was a taste
setup.
It was a taste.
And correct.
Yeah, there was no issue with it.
There was no issue.
Did I say issue?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't mean issue. I meant there was a taste preference.
Right.
And as
like
far as equalization went, he like for me it was perfectly fine. Like I liked the way it sounded. I was like, dude, yeah. This has everything I like about it.
Correct.
And that's how I would tune a car. Jeff tunes a car differently than I do. And that's perfectly fine too.
But there was no issues.
No, there was no. Oh God, no.
Like
No.
Yeah.
It was just
the setup.
It was just
Yeah.
EQ preference.
Yeah. So
I like a little bit more booty. Probably not. But anyways, yeah, you get the idea. Dean, like you said, your hearing has diminished over the years when tuning. How much would you say relies on what you see on the screen versus your ears? Oh,
That's a good.
A lot of it is the screen. There's no question about it. Don't get me wrong. So think of it like this. Like, if you can get it to look right on the screen, then there's no reason why it shouldn't sound right in the car. So yes, I know what I like, and I know what I want it to sound like. His ears are definitely better than my ears. So if I can get it to look right on the screen, then he should be able to get in the car and go, yeah, it sounds like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I can also get in the car and say it sounds like it's supposed to, only because I've sat in enough cars to know that this is my level of tuning. Just like when I take off my glasses, I can't technically see that well. No. But I also know what I'm looking at and where it's going, even though I can't focus on anything because it's blurry. But I know what to do because I've done it enough blurry. So
yeah, and to be honest, like sometimes we hop in the car and one of the speakers is out of phase or something, and out of clarity. I'm sorry. And I hop in and I'm like, yeah, and then Dean is like, no, there's
something wrong.
Something wrong, and I'm like, wait, what? And I have to wait and listen a little bit more to kind of like get it. And Dean's ears are different,
No, it's just like that Jeep. When I hopped in, I'm like, something wrong. The Jeep we did this week, the 911 was the rear speakers were 180 to the front because they just wired them up backwards. And as soon as I got in it, she's been rocking it like that this whole time. And it's like as soon as I got in there, I was like, oh Jesus, this is wrong, because it just screws up my equilibrium right away. Have you guys ever installed the Gately box in a truck? Yes, it's fabulous.
Plenty.
It's exactly what you think it's gonna be.
And it's gonna sound really good.
It's exactly what you think it is, and better.
Yeah.
Because now you have it, and it's sexy. Oh my God! For the first 10 minutes you get it, you just kind of rub every piece of the wood on the box, and you're just like, oh my God! Like, how much care did he take to do this? And you're just rubbing it, and then you're like, man, I can't wait to hear it. And honestly, you just look at it, and you're like, damn, that's gonna be loud, and it is. It's like everything about a Gately box is exactly what you hoped it's gonna be. It's so
beautiful,
cool,
man.
It's so cool. How's Blam Live components compared to the Ground Zero Uranium SQ? Have you installed? No, I couldn't tell you the difference between those two. I don't know. Have you installed on a Jeep Compass? I mean, we've done Jeep Compasses, but never with those two speakers to be able to compare the two together. Currently running for 2602s. Want to change them. Confused between Blam Live and GZ Uranium's SQ components. Ooh, I mean, why not just go up to the hybrids? Or unless you're just trying to do something different.
If you actually like the twos.
I mean, if you like, the Ground Zero is probably the closest.
No, but I'm just saying, if you have the Virtus and you want to be a little bit higher, like the hybrids are.
I mean, I would just go up to Elates. If I have Virtus, I'm going to Elates.
Yeah.
But that's But there again, I don't know the components. I don't know the EQ. I don't know
what do you have.
I'm just looking at it from that perspective. I mean, there's so many more things to buy for a stereo other than just new speakers to get it to sound better.
Correct.
You got to make sure, for one, you have the power that they need. If you're not active, go active. If you don't have a DSP, go DSP. Because the Virtus are amazing sounding speakers.
Yeah, the proper treatment for the speaker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's any speaker. Any speaker is the same way. It's not just because it's a Morello Focus. It doesn't matter. But instead of swapping speakers, make sure you have everything before it that it needs. Don't drink a glass of water unless you know it's properly filtered. I can change a starter on a forklift in the dark. And again, if you've done it enough, I mean, Fridays and Saturdays, the girls are asleep when I leave because, for one, it's Saturday, too, Friday's early, and I always walk out of the bedroom without my glasses on. I always get out and the lights on. I'm like, why is everything blurry? Oh, jeez, I forgot my glasses again. But I don't need them. I don't need them to see around my house. I know where everything's at.
Yeah.
And even in the install bay, half the time now, because I can't, I need to take them off to focus on when I have to work up close, I have to take them off. So there'll be plenty of time we'll be sitting on the workbench and I have to remember, where the hell did I put my glasses? Because
when you're trying to set up an amplifier or whatever, they have you take your glasses.
Right. So it's like,
Yeah.
We learn to adapt to our situations. Would you think a Gately box with 4 6.5s would be better than a Gately box with 2 10s? We've done 8s.
We done 8s.
I don't think we've done the 6.5s.
No, we haven't done the 10s. We haven't done the 6.5s. So.
Cone area. So here's what you got to do. Cone area, so 4 times 6, plus excursion, meaning the QMET. How far is it leaving from its center point rest? How far out does it go?
Yeah.
That number. You need that number. Those numbers added together are going to give you how loud that is going to be with the 6.5s, and then the same with the 10s. So once you have those numbers are what's going to tell you which one is louder. Here's the thing. There's nothing like sitting in a car with 4 6.5s and going, those are 6.5s, and someone go, no shit, those are 6.5s?
Mm-hmm.
And you go, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did it. I've done it. I'm guilty of that. I mean, I put years and years ago, I put 2 8s in a band pass just so that I could be like, those are 8s, bro. And they were like, really? Oh, that was a 15.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, but you don't know what a 15 sounds like, so, haha.
Royal Hybrid was the best upgrade I made in my Highlander. There you go.
Boom, there you go. Yeah, it's a total different sound from over 2s.
Yes, it is.
I bought new concept ultimate battery terminals. Could I come down tomorrow and you redo battery wiring? Unfortunately, no, you'd have to make an appointment. We are booked out. We don't really take walk-ins. That's what happens when you get old. I've been wearing glasses since middle school. Love you, honey.
Getting old.
Yeah, of course it is. The 50, hitting it hard. Shut up.
Oh my god!
Just get the LASIK eye surgery done. Best thing ever did. Yeah, that's right. You did. Not at this point. I'm not doing it. Too much of a pussy.
Wow, you have to go there.
I mean, that's the reality of it. I don't. No. I don't. Glasses don't bother me that much. I've had.
Well,
them
you have it for you.
You know. Yes. Would this be awesome? Yes. Hi. I can see everything.
It would be weird. Nobody.
No, they'd all be. They hardly recognize me as it is, which is great.
Oh, it's Dean right here.
Superman. Clark Kent. Superman.
Yeah. And
Clark
literally,
Kent.
it happens. One day, customer comes in. Dean is like
When Dean
right
retires,
there.
we're all screwed.
And the customer is like, hey, what's going on, Fernando? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, where's Dean?
Yeah.
Like, it's literally right there, man.
I get it done first. Yeah, you. Hey, if you want LASIK, Sue. If she wants LASIK, go get it done.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to stop her. If she wants to go get LASIK, go get LASIK.
Yeah.
You know, just don't ask for anything else that year. Running with Helix G4 amp and DSP with Virtus. All right, there you go. So that's good stuff. Yep. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all good stuff.
I think
The
the
G is
hybrids will be nice.
I would still go up to the elites. I'm not taking one
Let's
step.
go
at a
and
time.
drop the money. Yeah, we're not.
I two-step it. Because remember, don't make parallel moves in life, guys. Parallel moves aren't worth your time. You got to step up to the sky. Parallel moves, all they do is change the view.
Shoot for the moon.
You stay at the same angle and change the view. So
Okay.
don't want them to do no parallel moves. Parallel moves are not getting you where you want to be in life. I'm not doing LASIK either. Yeah, but you're a chicken. I'm just having fun.
I know, and he knows.
I mean, I would just get like hair that isn't white at that point. I mean, he could come back to me and say, "I'll just get hair, bro." And now he's gonna be, "Why are you picking on me, man?" He'll do it just like that too. "Why are you picking on me, man?" I'll be like,
"You're mean when you're here, Dean."
I'm not mean. I'm never mean.
No, that's what he said.
Yeah. Why you mean to me on the show? Because it's fun. Kenwood? Question mark? Yes. If that's the question, the answer is gonna start with yes. Hey guys from Trinidad. Checking it out. Trinidadian in the house. Woo woo woo. You said you were too. LOL. Scared? I know I did.
Oh, he's a pussy.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't say I was scared. Gotta use the right words. So yeah. Sony,
yeah.
I mean, Sony makes two cool radios. And overseas, they still make the Explode amps, which...
Boom.
I wish they still... I don't know why we don't sell those here. I think that's a bad
All right,
decision.
so back in the day, do you guys sell a lot?
I never sold them. I was never a Sony dealer, but I still think. How many guys would buy the Explode amp? Black, not red. Black Explode amp. So, hold on. Don't we have it over here?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we do. We have it right here. Yes, we do. I stole the brochure after everybody left. So
Sony one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, you went to that.
Boom, right there. All right, who would buy these?
This.
Who would buy these right here? So these are the Sony Explode amps. It's a 4-channel. The XMN1004. It is, we don't. It's 70 by 4 at 4 ohms. Bridged, it's 175 by 2. And then you have the mono amp right next to it. That is 500 watts at 4 ohms. This is a 2-channel. This is a 1 or 2 channel. So you can bridge it 500 watts, 65 by 2, 175 by 2. So who would buy the Sonys? Who would buy these? That's all I want to know. Would you buy an old school / new school Explode amp, brand new, right now? Boom, there you go. I think that'd be pretty cool. Had my LASIK done 20 years ago. I'm 52 now, and I need a touch-up.
I never go back to glasses.
Yeah. Oh, no. And there again, totally understand. Totally understand. Any recommendations for crappy dash speaker location and the 2004 CJ Jeep LOL?
Dash location?
Yeah, I think isn't that the 4x6? If it's the full metal dash, buy the little pod that goes in the center console, then make a 2 5.25 pod that goes in the center console. I refuse to remove those 4x6s out of the dash. If it's the 4x6 that has the plastic cover that comes off, both PAC and Metro make a 5.25 adapter for that, which works really well. That's what we do now. In either case, we go to 5.25 instead of 4x6s in that every time. If we do the little pod that sits, you can get it on Amazon. Just type in like Jeep center console ABS box. We'll usually put a set of the Rockford 5.25s there because they're reasonably priced and they're super loud. But yeah, otherwise the 5.25 for the one in the dash, we replace it with the 4x6. Any 5.25 works great there.
Yeah.
I had my local shop tune my Kenwood DSP. Realized I'm not a fan of as close to flat as I could get. I had to do my own tune by ear. Pro tip: nobody likes flat. Flat sucks. Flat is boring. Flat is pink noise.
Right.
Okay. Right. No, the human ear is not set up for flat. That's the what is your house curve crap that everyone talks about. We like bass and we like treble and we like a lowered mid range. But yeah, nobody likes flat. You don't tune for flat. You want flat out of the radio so that you can then tune it the way you want. Now keep in mind, even the speakers you choose are going to color the music. Home audio is a prime example of that. When designing a home audio speaker, a lot of the tuning is done by the drivers that you choose to get a specific sound that you want. Because there are EQs for home, but you don't necessarily see giant individual rack systems that have, in most cases, yes, there are really big EQs and DSPs for home audio, no doubt about it. But when you look at like an average bookshelf speaker, the drivers are where the equalization is coming from because they're picked specifically to give you that sound. In a car, if you have an acoustically flat signal going into the amplifier, then the rest of the effect, as it were, the tune, as it would be, is going to come from the drivers themselves, and the interior of the car is going to create a specific sound. It is then your job, through the EQ, to go in and level that out to an effect that you think sounds acoustically good. So there's a lot of it that, you need to do. But no, flat is miserable. Nobody does flat. There are, but no. You should put those Sonys in your Stang.
In your Mustang.
Nah. I got something else I want for that. Yes, plastic. Did Natasha announce Morel contest winners? Actually, she did. The winners for the morale contest, if you're just tuning in, was everybody that entered. She Oprah'd it. There was about 50 plus entries, and so whoever answered the question right, pre-her announcing this like earlier, y'all won. So if you entered and you had contest is done. So if you entered and had the right answer, she's gonna reach out to you. You're a winner. You're a winner. You're a winner. Everyone.
If you get a message, you're a winner.
Yeah. So there was like 50 winners. So congratulations to the 50 winners. When I push my power wire in next to my amp, it turns on. When I let go, my amp turns off, and my amplifier fried? Not necessarily fried. However, there's something wrong with the circuit board that the piece is connected to. You may have a cracked circuit board, or you may have a cold solder joint on the circuit board itself. Depending on how mechanically inclined you are, or whether or not the amplifier has a warranty. If it has a warranty, send it back, get it repaired. If it doesn't have a warranty, you may want to take it apart and investigate further to see if maybe you can resolder it and or if the board has a crack. But that's probably what's happening. There again, don't know, just guessing. Take, be very, you could also just have a crappy other thing that's on there that's accidentally. So what we would do is we'd take it out of the car, we test it on the bench next to see what it does when it's on the bench. If it doesn't replicate the problem on the bench, then we go back to the car and figure out what the hell's going wrong with the car. So before we start taking amplifiers apart.
It's Mel right there.
Mel's in the house.
He said he want to get into the SQ ring now.
Oh, of course he does. But then he'll have to change his plate to more SQ instead of more DB. Phillies don't realize this is Mel's former license plate, and on the back of it, it's cool because it's signed, and it's got all his scores and all his. It's pretty neat. So
DB Draw.
It's one of the cooler gifts that we've gotten over the years.
Yeah.
Flat is boring to hear.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's not. You need excitement in your life. Yeah, it's how I set up my running Hertz DG components up front. Coaxials in rear. Yeah. And those things are really, like the DGs are very vibrant, is I guess a good word for those. So, I mean, I would never, the thing is to kind of let them, you gotta let speakers be themselves, so like a lot of people get in and they'll just start detuning the crap out of a speaker, and it's like, it's not what they're made to do. They're made to play a specific way. So if you remove all of it, then it doesn't matter what speaker you've put in the car, because now that, like these Rockfords that we're putting in this car, they sound a certain way. I'm not going to EQ that out. I might EQ it to match left and right, but I don't want to remove all that energy and all that nonsensical loudness that we want it to do. We just have to maybe control it a little bit and then make left and right sound the same, and leaving that energy there is going to make them sound like Rockfords. Otherwise, it's not a Rockford speaker anymore. It's just what I want it to be. Thinking I might throw my hat in the SQ lanes. There you go for it. Now that he's all audio control thinking. I got into the DSP world because of you, my friend. Awesome. And there you go. Have fun, do what you do, and have a good time with it. The cool thing about DSP is, for one, don't be afraid of it. 2, you can always change it. 3, save the preset. You can always go back. And 4, it gives you something to play with anytime you want to have fun with your system. If you think about it, I mean, if you find something that sounds super cool, you save that, and then you start over again. Or you tweak that one until you A-B between the two. So there's a lot you can do with the DSP as far as just having a good time and, continuously, feeling like you've done something. Bro, do you GZ amp giveaway? No, we haven't done that yet, Christian. Relax, man. You keep asking. I said end of June. Why do speakers need to be broken in? Not sure what this actually means. Oh, good question. So when you buy a speaker, whether it be a subwoofer, a tweeter, or a mid-range, the suspension on it is very tight. So think of it as like a brand new pair of tennis shoes. A brand new pair of tennis shoes is everything on it is clean. The metal, the leather hasn't broken in. The sole is super tight. And then as you wear them, like if you've ever played sports, they don't say start a new game on a fresh pair of shoes. you don't do that. And then anyone has kids and watching this stupid ice skating crap, they, don't go ice skating with a brand new pair of ice skates. You got to break them in. You have to loosen them up. The same is true for a speaker. When you buy a speaker, depending on its level of quality and the build cost that it has, so like if you go out and buy a set of entry-level TSA Pioneers, there's no break-in time. Okay, speaker's ready to go out of the box. But if you buy like a set of Focal KRX2s, they need to be broken in. So there's a certain amount of play time. Mm-hmm. It also works for headphones. Like if you go buy a set of headphones, a good set of headphones, there's a break-in amount of time. You have to heat them up, cool them down, heat them up, cool them down, heat them up, cool them down, and get the suspension set to the environment that it's in. So like in a subwoofer in a box, it has to play in that box and loosen up to the characteristics that the box is posing on it. So that's what the break-in is. It's just like owning a brand new pair of shoes. That shoe feels better, a month down the road. Your speakers will sound better a month down the road. And that's really it. And there again, depending on those other criteria for the speakers, actually whether it needs break-in or not. $120 set of speakers really doesn't need a break-in period. I saw a couple cars in Salzburg had matched mix with their other brands. Did you have a chance to listen to any of them? Well, okay, so I'll tell you that you mean mix matched. A lot of the cars there had mix match brands because everyone was running the Helix DSP, everyone was running their favorite brand of speakers, and then everyone was running their favorite brand of amplifiers. So very few cars there had, soup to nuts, everything the same, because these guys are competitors. They are going to buy the best product that they feel they need in order to win. So like the first gentleman I talked to, he had a Nakamichi tube amplifiers with a Helix DSP with, I don't remember what speakers he was using. None of the stuff matched. And, that's great because that's what he wanted. And then the last guy was like running old Genesis amplifiers that were like 10 or 15 years old with speaker I never heard. And, it's whatever works for you. I mean, it's only the really anal retentive people that feel like, oh, this is the only brand I could run. Why? I mean, it's funny. The Stinger car had all the anniversary Stinger amplifiers in it, but he was running Utopia M's and a Helix DSP, even though Stinger makes speakers and Stinger makes a DSP. It didn't matter. That's not what he wanted to win. Right. It's okay to mix and match. It's just where you mix and match is the most important.
And what?
Me too. Need to play with more. Exactly. All right. So, my wife informed me we are going shopping for clothes for her upcoming Disney vacation. Not my idea of fun. Have a great day, gentlemen. And at that, we're going to end the show because I got to get back to work. We have more stuff to do. So if you entered the Morel America contest yesterday and the day before, and you're one of the top 50 people that she already screenshotted, you expect to get a little note from Natasha there for address and fun stuff like that because she decided to pick everybody. So cool on them.
All proud works. Morale.
Yeah, so good job. Way to follow directions, you guys. And with that, we're going to leave it there. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you later. Bye.